What's good, y'all? My name is Dylan Green, and this is Real Notes, a space dedicated to blurring the cultural and artistic lines between rap and film. I'm here to chop it up with everyone from rappers and producers to journalists and video directors about their relationship to movies and how, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guest this week is Atlanta-via-Richmond rapper, producer, and co-founder of Mutant Academy, Frank and Skinemaxxx, our first returning guest in 80 episodes. We spoke about fashion shows, identity and hip-hop, the ending of Atlanta, being an introvert, working through anxiety, food, the creative process behind his latest album, Frank and Skinemaxxx, his upcoming full-length with producer Foisey, and more stories than I can count. This shit went crazy, y'all. Come fuck with us.
We went to the store, and then we went to the grocery store. Then we got groceries. Then we got drinks. We made drinks. We drunk them. Got drunk. No, I'm joking. Nah, so basically, she had some like fashion shows to go to and like some label meetings and shit. So like little business stuff. And I was just tagging along, kicking it, because like I was out of town, went back to New York, stayed with her until we went home and shit. So we was there for like a weekend or whatever. I think Afro Punk too. So it was like a couple reasons to be there.
Hey, okay.
Like, so I'm just kicking it the whole time. Like, you know what I mean? I'm on boyfriend duty, but
Right.
everything we had to do was so tedious. Like, I didn't realize that fashion shows was such a short event, but I also didn't know that they suck so bad. Like, no offense to fashion shows, but like, I know exactly why I'm not into fashion now. Like,
Right.
I don't give a fuck enough. Like, I wish I did, but yeah, they do a lot, and they rude as fuck. That's the main thing. Like, them people are rude as fuck. Like, I don't really like the energy that happens when it's hella fashion people in one place. That shit make me feel like I don't belong.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've never really done Fashion Week before, which is weird. One day maybe I'll do it just to like say that I did. But but like all the stories I've heard are terrible. Like, you know, like,
Yeah, I low-key never really heard any Fashion Week stories to the point where I like took any like advice or pointers. Like, all right, cool, I'm not gonna do this at Fashion Week. We just like doing it, and I'm like, I'm there, and I don't have no say in nothing, so I'm just there, and like that shit, man. The traffic is crazy. Everything is just ridiculous. Like that's like it reminded me of fucking London when they had the thing for the Queen. Like, I can't remember what it was called. What was it? The Jubilee. Like, my shit, we had like shows booked during the fucking Jubilee.
Right, I remember, like, y'all had just gone back out there, yeah.
Yeah, like that shit was ass. That's basically what that felt like, because the Jubilee was trash. Like, it was a lot of shit you couldn't even do. Like, hella train stations was like fucking shut down for the week or the month, whatever the fuck, all for nothing. You know, shit happens. But I just know that the big city shit gets overwhelming, because I'm from Richmond. Virginia is a slow place for real. Like, when I was in Richmond all the time, like, I used to enjoy going to New York because I got that change of pace. But now it's like, I don't give a fuck about the change of pace. I just want to kick it. Like, I'm minding my business regardless. So like, if I'm in the crib, the pace don't matter to me right now. I don't even feel the pace. But when I go outside right now in Atlanta, the traffic bad as fuck. So I don't even care to go outside.
Yeah, nah, man. Like, that's kind of the thing about either living right outside of or like in a major city like that. Like, niggas is moving like at all times. And if you're not in the mood for that, it's just not it, you know? Like, like, especially if you spend a lot of time in the house. Like, I've been at home for like probably about a month, because my sister just moved back home from Portland. They've been in Portland for the last decade. And I've just been like at home with my sister, just like helping them move back in. We just put a bed together, like got rid of an old bed, got a new bed. I've just been in the house, like chilling with my family for like the last like 3-4 weeks. And, you know, like, then I like come back into the city yesterday, and I'm just like, you know, it's so weird, because I usually don't go more than a couple of weeks without being in the city for some shit, whether it's a show, come see y'all, or like just whatever, you know. So like it's like I kind of threw off my routine, and I just wasn't prepared to just like deal with the shit at first, and then I got back into it. But you know, it's I feel you. That shit is weird.
Yeah, but like I said though, like being from Richmond, like just puts me in a place where I really it's like my surroundings never really mattered that much to me. It was like whatever I had like in the crib was usually my own little universe. So I don't know. It's like I'm pretty cool with like with like the home aspect of it. Like I don't need to be in the mix for real unless I have to be in the mix. Like if I'm getting paid to go out of town, I'm going out of town. I don't really
Right.
take too many vacations. You know what I mean? Like it's really I'm always on go for real. So but if I don't have something going on, that's when I have a break. And then after that, back on go.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely like I could just tell that about you. Like just like having like met you and like been around you a few times at this point. And that's cool, you know, like we don't always need to be in the mix all the time. Like it's great to be around people. Like I like to be around people, but only if I like want to. You know, like if I'm getting paid to be somewhere, yeah, I'm gonna be there. But like especially now that we're starting to get a little older, it's just about like picking and choosing. Like it's especially because like I'm on Long Island right now, and like I really gotta pick and choose when I'm like around because like yeah, because like
that shit is a stretch.
yo, bro, it's a whole hour and a half there and back. Shit costs like $40 round trip. Like you know like where I stay in Jersey, it's like $14 round trip, and it takes half the
You
time and it
talking the
costs half
train?
the money. What?
You talking the train or like
Yeah,
the Uber situation? Oh,
the
yeah,
train.
yeah, yeah. I couldn't imagine $40 for a train. You talking like it's like $10 tickets and shit. Like
So, let me think. It's like fucking out here because like the way the Long Island Railroad works, they got peak and off peak times. So
yeah,
I
I
think from
remember.
like 6 to 10 in the morning going into the city, it's like $5 extra, and then coming back from 4 to 8, it's $5 extra. So I think it's like 14.25 regular, and then it's like basically $20
Mm-hmm.
peak.
Nah, that makes sense because like whenever I'm in New York, I always link with Theravada, and like I
Right,
would go like it's been multiple times where I just been like, fuck it, I'm gonna meet up with you because he'll drive into the city and then drive me back to Long Island to record. So I'm like,
right,
sometimes I just go meet him, and like that fucking trek, that trek is crazy, nigga. I hate that shit, but
bro.
it's kind of relaxing. It's like I like that little time to just kick it and listen to music and shit, and just
Mhm.
see different surroundings and shit. But like I be in my own little world, but like I don't know. I fuck with Long Island, like, cause it feel like it almost feel like Richmond in a weird way. It don't feel like Virginia when you're in Long Island.
Yeah, it's like definitely isolated, and it's cool out here, you know, like you know like there's cool people, there's stuff to do, like especially in the area I'm in, there's like a lot of like cool local like restaurants, and just like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's just nice to be in the cut. Like I know you know what that's like. It's just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's just like nice to be in the cut and not be near shit. But then after a
yeah.
while, I just kind of get like antsy, and it's like, yeah, I need to like go do something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all about balance. And like, you know, like I travel between there and Jersey. And like in Jersey, I'm so much closer to the city. It costs a lot less money. So I typically go, you know, like that's what I was saying. Just like I gotta like when I'm out here, I like if I tend to not do stuff when I'm out here because
Mm-hmm.
A, I'm spending time with my lady, and B, it's expensive, you know, like it's like a whole brick just to fucking leave, you know, like so so like if I'm out here and I come to see somebody, like I fuck with them the long way. Like if I'm coming from Long Island to come to your show or like come to
Mhm.
like chill, I fuck with you because this
Yeah.
shit is not a game.
Nah,
Like,
for real. It's a couple people from Long Island that pull up for my shows and shit. Like all Theravada people, like we just all be in the studio together and shit. I got a lot of love for Long Island. Like the spot we record at, it's kind of getting ratchet right now. Like it used to seem like it was some preppy shit, but like apparently they said back in the day used to be kind of wild. But now, like outside the studio, you just see mad kids, like just a bunch of kids just like smoking and listening to music loud and shit, like white
yeah,
people. Like that shit funny as hell. It's like hip hop is finally like switching shit around to the point where like all the kids is acting black. It's weird as hell. It's like now y'all niggas is mobbed up on the bench. Like, what are you doing over here?
man, fucking like I think I think drill might have a lot to do with that, just because I feel like it's weird because like obviously a lot of people have been feeling like New York doesn't like have an identity, but like they have an identity now. You know, like we like not we because I'm not from New York, but like New York has a quote unquote identity now, like at least as far as like the popular like perception is concerned, and like that's what that is. So I think like like once there's like a new shit to glam onto, them kids are
Yeah.
gonna glam onto it. Like that's just how it goes, you know.
Hold on, you can't say they have an identity now. Like,
Yeah.
look, this all right. Just to put that into perspective, because I want to make sure that's understood. Because like
Right.
me being from Richmond, bro, I don't know how this shit works, but people think I'm from New York more than anything. Like I can say Richmond all day long. He's like, yo, you from up north? Like I've been getting that since I've started making music. Like I'm
I
sure
get that.
it's probably because of my influences and shit. But like New York has had an identity like throughout every generation down there, like the
Yeah.
80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and even right now with the drill shit. But like
Right.
anything underground, motherfuckers will say it's from New York sometimes. Like
Right.
I feel like that's an unfair assessment.
No, you're right. You're right. Like, that's yeah, like that's not what I meant outside.
It just might not be the popular thing, you know what I mean? I get
Yeah.
where you coming from. It's not like the most popular because Atlanta is killing shit, but like
Right.
New York is always gonna be okay. Like that's where the shit
Right.
started. Like hell yeah. Like
Nah.
but it's like it's niggas like the Virginia niggas and the people from the places where it's like we got roots in it, but like it's not that many stars, so people don't think that it's that serious. You know what I mean? Like it's now motherfuckers is moving to Richmond like, yo, y'all inspired me to make music. I want to come and fucking experience what y'all go through. It's like, which
Right.
I think is stupid, but you know what I mean? Cool. It's like if you fuck with music enough to want to be in the city, that's gangster. I respect that. It's hopefully it don't backfire because shit do be real, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me clear that up because like obviously New York's always had an identity. Yeah, because I didn't. Yeah. I feel like such an
It's
asshole.
just a matter of wording it. I know exactly what you mean. I ain't want that to get misconstrued because
Right.
I know
Yeah.
how that could sound. Like nah, we know New York. We know what New York did. They got
Yeah.
it.
It's
We get
right.
it.
Yeah. No, I just want to say it for myself. Like New York's always had an identity. It's always had it, like it's had several different identities, like whether it's in the more mainstream sense or like the like I've been trying so hard to not use the word underground anymore. Like because like it doesn't feel right
I feel
anymore,
you.
like,
But
but
what made the switch for you? Where you was like, all right, this is over. I can't fix it.
I
What was
don't
the moment?
know.
What was the
I guess
moment?
it's I guess it's just because it feels like it's weird. It's so weird. Like I talk to people and like I said like I talk to like our mutual friends and I'll say like underground and they'll look at me like underground and like it really made me think like like I'm just always constantly trying to parse what all of this shit means, like between like underground, independent, lo-fi, like all that shit, like just these like
Yeah,
words that
it's
just like come to define this shit that like we live in. And like I don't know, like I guess I'm just having a hard time like figuring out like the one way to describe like this. It's weird because it's a feeling. It's like you said, like you're from Richmond, but people just assume you're from New York. It's like it's a feeling, but like but like will there ever be like one way to describe it that everyone's gonna be like, that's it, So like
I
yeah.
feel like it could just live as the alternative because it's like the lo-fi thing is almost like a fucking slap in the face because it's almost like you saying this is cool, but it ain't mixed well. You feel me? It's like
Yeah.
you can. It's like it's many factors to that shit, but like as musicians, like I think I make hip hop, but I
Yeah.
also know it's the alternative to what's popular. So I'm like, I'll accept the alternative hip hop title. Like, it sounds cool to me. It's
That's
like
fair.
it's cooler. I don't know. Like I just that's how I look at it, the alternative. Because like all my friends make great hip hop music, but it's
Right.
not what motherfuckers is making on like on the scale. You know what I mean? Like it's just a little something different about it. It's like I seen you reviewed the Silk album, so I know you just get it. You know what I mean? It's just it's a certain magnetism about it. But it's not the regular shit. It's hip hop, but it's the alternative.
Right.
Because what people expect, you know what I mean? Like they expect a certain thing. Like nobody wants to just give motherfuckers what they want all the time.
Right. Yeah, like Funk Flex isn't gonna be inviting Silk up to do a freestyle anytime soon. Like
But still don't want to go to that shit.
yeah, right, exactly.
That's the
Yeah,
beauty of it. He don't give a fuck about that shit. It's
right.
like we all come from a class of like just fucking you supposed to be good at things. It's like so
Right.
we don't even expect certain things. It's like it's just supposed to happen. Like you know what I mean? Like I did that correctly, so you supposed to like that shit. Yeah, you know. It's like it's not like a fucking. It's not like a some kind of equation or some science problem. It's like I know what good music sound like. Silk know what good music sound like. Sifu know what good music sound like. Kahuna, everybody that I'm around, like we just get it. You know what I mean? And you can't just. That's some shit you can't learn. You just gotta have it. It's like an
Yeah.
IQ thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I deem it as the alternative. I think that's the easiest way to look at it versus taking something away from my brother and saying it's lo-fi just because he can't afford to mix and master like everybody else. It's just like a way to respect that shit. Just say it's hip hop, but it's just the other side of it.
Right. Yeah, it's just always something I struggle with because like I wanna like I wanna represent this shit that I love and have been loving for pretty much my entire life at this point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to like make sure that people are cool with that.
Yeah.
Like it's because like everyone's definition is different. Like I might ask somebody and like I might say something about alternative and they'll be like alternative. Like it's all about perspective and just like I just I just want to respect everyone.
Yeah.
Like I just want to respect the dope shit. That's all we're
I,
here for.
I can't confirm. Like that nigga Seafood was saying, he was like, we make jazz music, jazz rap, some shit like that. But yeah, that's we don't know what to call it neither.
Yeah.
It's just music.
Right.
It's like
Totally.
it get overcomplicated. Just, but I don't know. I think it's just maybe it's a good thing. Like if you don't know what to call it, then that mean that shit is special.
Yeah. Nah,
So
totally. Like that's like one thing I love is that just like this shit is always evolving and we're all just playing catch up at all times or maybe not at all times, but like,
most of the
like
time, bro, most of the time we are. Or if you ain't setting the standard, you definitely like you know what I mean, trying to catch up.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's what that's what that's what I've loved so much about your trajectory over the course of the last what's it been since the last one of these we did? Fucking like
It's
2 years? No.
the fly seafood shit. Somewhere
Right.
around
Yeah. And
2020.
yeah, shit. It's been 2 years. I God damn. Shit. Wait, I gotta do the drop. We already been talking for 20 minutes. I gotta do the drop. What's cracking everybody?
Nah, hold up, bro. It's what? Yeah, that's crazy. It's been like 30 minutes. We snapped.
Yo, hey man, this is why you're the first returning guest. But let me do this real quick. What's cracking everybody? Welcome back to Real Notes. Yeah, no, we've already been talking for maybe more like 15-20 minutes since we started a little late. But but either way, like fuck it. Dylan Green, CineMasai, got a lot of names, do a lot of shit at all times. It's December, things are winding down, and we got I mean, if you're listening to this show, chances are you probably already know who this nigga is. I'm really happy he's back. He and I have been trying to make this pop for at least 3-4 months at this point. We both been busy.
I've been bullshitting.
Nah, I've been bullshitting too, bro. But but yeah, nah, like yeah, first, yeah, like I realized last week, I think I put out my 80th episode of this podcast last week.
Oh,
And
go off, nigga. That's hard.
thank you, bro. Like, and like I said, like first returning guest. I've never done a returning guest. I've been thinking to myself, like, oh, like maybe I want to get to 100 before I start doing those. But like, no gas. Like you and Sifu is maybe top 3 episodes of this podcast that I've recorded. Like I think about it a lot. And obviously, like Frank came out. Like Frank's incredible. Yeah, Frank Fly Anakin's back. We brought Frank back. You know, man's a rapper, producer, co-founder of Mutant Academy, hater extraordinaire. Fucking
That's
yo,
crazy.
you're wild, son. Welcome back. Thank you for wanting to be back and
Yeah,
be yeah.
bro. Thanks for having me, my nigga. I'm bro. You actually fuck with you. Like it's a lot of people that do like journalism, but I don't really fuck with everybody that do journalism. Like you've been a real nigga since I met you. So
Man.
you got it, bro. I was talking about doing this shit last time I seen you, but I was also bullshitting. I haven't done an interview or a podcast in at least a year. Well, maybe not a year. I'm tripping because I did the Frank stuff, but like since that rollout, I've been like, I don't want to talk to nobody right now.
Damn.
You
Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot. I try, man. We're all just out here. So like I said before, we're just out here putting on for the dope shit. And I know you got a lot of dope shit coming. Like at least three things that I could think of off the top of my head that are coming sometime in the next like 8 months. So like
I wonder if you can guess them correctly or not.
I already know two of them.
Okay.
like like guaranteed two of them.
All
But
right. My nigga got information. Got the scoop.
I'm not gonna. I'm not. I mean, like, I won't make it hot if you don't want me to. But
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I've been talking about it for months.
all right. So I mean, like, one of them, Skinemaxxx. I know that's coming soon.
Yes, definitely.
And I gotta tell you, I've been trying so hard not to bring this man up because you used to be really annoyed about it. But I think the
Yeah,
Madlib shit's coming soon. Is that a thing?
it is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I know there was at one point it was just like, don't talk to me about Madlib, and I get that, like,
It was because it was fresh. Like it just happened, and like we were still like getting to know each other. So I'm like, I don't want to keep talking about somebody I don't fully know yet. But now that's
right.
my name. So like it's kind of the kind. But yeah, definitely. Shout out Kevin.
Yeah, for real. Shout out Kev.
We got yeah, it's in the works. It's been in the works this whole time though. We just like been trying to get the paperwork and stuff situated, which we still are. So it's like it'll be soon as hell. Like definitely soon as hell. The music is getting worked on.
Hell yeah. Damn. The what's it called? The No Dough remix is tight. Um, also shout out to it being like an actual remix, like where you like re-recorded your vocals and like did it over a different beat. Like you did it like like that was tight.
Hold up. Before you finish, bro. My woman told me, like, cause I felt weird about it, right? Like when
Yeah.
it was time to do that remix, like I literally just I hate to put the secrets out. But I just picked a beat, rapped on that motherfucker, sent it to him, like, yo, you cool with this? He was like, yeah, this shit hard. Sent it, boom. But it was only like that because it was no way in hell that I was gonna rap exactly like that on that beat. So I'm like, I'm gonna just do it again. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you for enjoying it. My girlfriend was like, people like shit like that, and I was like, they gonna think it don't sound right because we calling it a Madlib remix, but technically it is a Madlib remix because it's his beat. You feel me? So yeah. I'm sorry for snitching about that situation, but that's the God's honest truth. I just went through them batches and I was like, I never heard this beat. Hopefully nobody rapped on it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I'm still mad before we like really get into it proper. I'm still mad that the what's it called? I was gonna say the last show I saw you at. No, two shows before. The one you the release show you played at Babies. It was you had rapped over the last beat that was on the Black Star album.
Yeah.
And I'm mad that's never coming out because you killed that shit. And I was so disappointed with that Black Star album. Like, so, but yeah, I just had to put that out there.
I understand, bro, because I love my version of that song a lot too. That's all I'll say. Yeah, that was one of the ones I was like, oh my god, I feel like Jay-Z right now. Like not even in like a Jay-Z way, but like it made me feel like I was very like refined in my abilities and shit. It was like, damn, this is really sharp.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's
I'ma always perform it though. Fuck that.
yeah, I feel it. Yeah, you know, like that's the beautiful thing about doing shows. You know, like you can just kind of like do what you want, and like if somebody records it and it like winds up somewhere, like fuck it. You know, like that's like that's cool. But yeah, nah, like I like yeah, like I don't. Why am I stuttering right now? I don't remember if I told you that. Yeah, I just I stutter when I get excited, bro. I've been doing that since I was a kid. That's my thing.
I stutter sometimes too. My mind moves faster than my mouth too. Well, maybe my mouth moves faster than my mind. Whatever the fuck. But yeah, I go through the same shit. Sometimes I trip up on my words and then I be overthinking about it because I'm like, damn, I didn't fix it. Cause like earlier I said something about fucking Long Island feeling like Richmond. I said it don't feel like Virginia when you in Long Island. I was supposed to say it don't feel like you in New York. So yeah, I just corrected myself too, nigga. I'm the same way.
I feel you, man. I love that. Oh yeah, we like. I just get excited about shit. Like that's like you know, like I just get excited to talk. I guess I just kind of go, and then my mouth just fucking like it's just always what I done. It's always what I done. So
I understand, man.
damn. So yeah, like since you're my first returning guest, we got to do things a little differently. You know, we can't do the whole roadmap like we did last time since we already did that. But I just realized that there's two things that I didn't ask you because I started doing things differently maybe like 10, 15 episodes in. So I can ask you the very first question and the very last question will be on some other shit or on some familiar shit, but everything else we're just gonna be we're basically winging this shit right now. So
But my answers will probably be different to the old questions right now.
okay.
Or
Well,
like I don't even remember what I said, so I know it's gonna be different.
well, let's go then. Let's figure this out on the fly. No pun intended. I'm mad at myself. Yeah. You can leave now if you want.
Nah, that'd be crazy, right? We can really just leave.
Fucking but Frank, what was the last movie or TV show you saw that you had a strong opinion about?
Oh man. Shout out Silk Money on this. It's this fucking this show that Tyler Perry made called All the Queen's Men or something.
How is that? Is he any good?
Look. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I have no idea how it is. I didn't watch it past the first 3 minutes. That shit was disgusting. Somebody got raped. It was like, why is this happening? And this nigga trying to tell me it's hard. I'm like, I'm not trying to. What nigga? It's like, why is somebody getting raped the first 2 minutes? Like, that shit was just very uncalled for. It was just like, nah, I ain't fucking with it. Like, I had a strong opinion about that shit. Because this nigga was like, I give you $50 if you don't like that shit. So I'm like, okay. Looked at it, genuinely didn't like it. He ain't giving me my $50.
I
ain't
know he
remind
has
him
it
about
too.
I ain't remind him. I ain't tripping about it. But I just want niggas to know that All the Queen's Men starts out really fucking crazy. And if you can get past it, great.
I'm not watching most Tyler Perry shit just because it's Tyler Perry. So like that's like
my point.
Yeah.
My point exactly, bro. I can't get into that shit. I didn't like the plays. I don't like the movies. I don't want to see the shows.
There's like two of his movies that I like. I think shit, what was it called? Daddy's Little Girls. Daddy's Little Girls is cool. That's the one with Idris Elba, and he's like got like the three girls, and I forget. I saw it once when I was like like whatever year that movie came out. I saw it and I was like, this is cool. I wasn't mad at it. And then Why Did I Get Married? Because I love mess.
Hey, yo, it's funny as hell for saying you love mess. I'm gonna be honest and confess something. So because I love mess, I was watching that Baddie South show. You ever heard of it?
I feel like yeah, but fill me in on it anyway.
Man, I don't even want to promote it too much because they already got their bag. You know what I mean? So I'm like, but Baddie South is basically like the Bad Girls Club went to hell.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, bro. Like all they do is fight. Like it's funny, but it's like it's also kind of like not funny. It's like, damn, this is bad. But like I don't know. I love Mesh, bro. I grew up watching Flavor of Love and shit.
Right.
So that's really where it came from. It's like that shit. It filled the void that was missing from bad reality TV. It's like I really love to watch bad TV sometimes. Like you know what I mean. My pops and my moms and shit, they would watch Jerry Springer and Maury and shit, like horrible daytime TV. That's my daytime TV. I like to watch stupid shit sometimes. Cause if it's like sometimes shit like I don't like serious, super serious TV. Like I can't watch Game of Thrones. Like I feel like niggas is trying too hard. Like I like goofy shit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm the exact same way. You know, like yeah, like when I be homesick from school or whatever, like I would always be watching Jerry Springer or like Maury or like you fucking with Steve Wilkos? Because I was fucking with Steve Wilkos for a bit too. That show got a little crazy sometimes.
I ain't gonna
All of
hold
them
you.
got crazy, but like that
I
one
was
was
out of there. I was out of there by the time the Steve Wilkos shit happened. Like I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't get into the Steve Wilkos shit. I don't know what it was about it. I think it was because he was biting Jerry Swag too much. It's like, nigga, you security guard. Just secure Jerry. Like, you just left this nigga alone. What's gonna happen to Jerry now? You got a show. Secure this nigga, bro. So I don't know. That's how I felt about it. I couldn't get into it. But yeah, Jerry Springer was crazy. Maury was crazy. But I grew up and I couldn't really watch that shit no more. I was like really just into music videos. So like I would watch BT all fucking day. And then when I moved in with my pops, he had the cable and shit. So I would watch MTV Jams. So that's really all I had for real. And like I would watch like Courage the Cowardly Dog back then, sometimes SpongeBob,
yeah.
hell fucking Fairly Odd Parents and fucking Rugrats and shit. Like I had like a couple cartoons I fuck with, but I was really just watching videos.
Right. Nah, like I get it because there would be you remember BET Now? I feel like I feel like that shit like didn't exist and I just like dreamt it. But it was just like a music video block where they would just like air just like they would just air all the pop and shit at the time. You know, like that was the first place I'd seen
I don't remember BET now. I can't remember
what's it
that.
called? It was like I could see the bumper in my head. It had like a green background and it said like BET Now and it had some like real generic like record scratch shit happen. But like but like that was
Man,
but like that was one of the first times I saw that was the first time I saw Jeezy and Akon Soul Survivor video. It was the first time I'd seen Destiny's Child's Cater to You video. Um that one Sean Kingston song that had the video. It was on
suicidal.
that. Yeah.
Suicidal.
So
Hold up.
but yeah, it's like between that and like MTV Jams and I obviously stuff, shit like 106 in Park. Like
Mm,
I was also really into videos at that
yeah. I
at
think I watched too many videos for real. That's probably why I'm doing the shit I'm doing now, because that's been my dream, I guess. So you just kind of program yourself. And like
yeah.
the shit you do, you just kind of end up falling into it. So like I definitely, yeah. Remember sneaking to watch BT Uncut. I saw that shit on accident one time at a sleepover. I didn't even know it existed. I
Right.
saw fucking Tip Drill. I wanted to be a rapper so bad. But like
Tip Drill
yeah.
made you want to be a rapper so bad.
Nah, it was really before that. Like 50 Cent. I would say 50 Cent probably made me want to be a rapper. So after that, like when I heard Give Rich or Die Trying, it was like, damn, being a rapper seems really fucking cool. It's like at that time I wanted to be a rapper. And like I ain't gonna even say the next thing because it's kind of crazy. But yeah, we used to want to torture ourselves as kids because it seemed cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I'm torturing myself as an adult because this is my fucking my thing now.
Shit. What was your what was your favorite video growing up? And then I want to ask you what you mean by torturing. Actually, no, I'm gonna ask you that first. What do you how are you torturing yourself, Frank? Like what about
Bruh,
this is torture?
I'm a self-proclaimed introvert. I love to be around as many as little people as possible. When I have to do a show, the amount of fucking like anxiety I go through before that shit is crazy. Like I'll smoke my way through it and drink a little bit, sometimes a lot of bit, but like that anxiety be kicking my ass sometimes. And I don't like to have to travel. Traveling sucks, my nigga. I hate getting on planes. That shit, nigga. I do not like planes no more. I done lost bags and all types of shit now. So I'm like, I done did enough in the fucking moving around realm where I'm like, I'm cool with sitting the fuck down. But I know this is how I make my bread, so I gotta go outside. So like, yeah, that's what I mean by torturing myself. It's like I would fully be happy if I could just sit in the crib, do something on the computer, make bread off of it, and just live my life silently. But like, I got way less privacy now. The things I say on Twitter get fucking criticized like a lot. It's been hellfire for me lately. So I'm like, man, this shit is annoying, low key, but I like making music. I like the art of creation. I like making projects and shit. Like I get off on that. So I'm like, I'll never stop, but I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that transition thing. It's like I done lost a lot of myself in so many ways because I can't be so fucking involved with certain things. Like I can't get too emotionally involved in the business practices because shit don't go my way all the time. And also
Yeah.
it's like you gotta fire people and shit. Like this shit is you torture yourself doing this shit sometimes. Like
Yeah.
you gotta ship shit, you know what I mean? Like it's like I don't want to make it sound like it's all bad because I have a lot of fun doing what I do. But like it's also bullshit. It's bullshit to everything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, nah, I get it. Just yeah, just like especially the like sometimes like sometimes you just gotta like cut people out and just like move, and like that feels terrible. Like like even if it's deserved or whatever, like it's just like I've had to do that quite a few times this year, and it's just like like I just it's just kind of about trusting yourself and like standing
Mm-hmm.
on your morals and figuring out like what it means to have morals, and like not second guessing when your gut tells you to do some shit. I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into that. But
No, but you right though. It's like it's definitely internal work that gotta happen for this shit to make sense on the outside.
yeah.
Like for real. It's like so I mean I deal with my battles and I try real hard not to complain about it. Like mind you, I said I ain't been talking to too many like people on interview time and no shit. So a lot of these feelings has just been harbored. Like I just been just doing the album rollout, touring and shit, and now I'm just feeling things. You know what I mean? It's like I got space to feel right now. So like the music is it's reflecting. You know what I mean? It all like y'all gonna hear that shit when it comes out. It's like you like as far as where I'm at mentally and shit. It's like it's a lot of shit going on. It's like it's hella good though. It's so
Yeah.
much good. Like it's so much good that it's like it'd be hard to believe sometimes. You feel me? So like I don't want to dwell on the bad shit, but like
Right.
yeah, it's it's it's,
Nah,
it's,
like
it's the thing, bro.
yeah, I just didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry about that.
No, you good.
But nah, yeah. Like yeah, like I'm definitely a person who doesn't like to dwell on the bad shit too much either, but it's good to at least just like acknowledge it and just kind of like just like woosah and then just like move on type shit. Like that's we all
Yeah,
need that sometimes. We don't That's the thing. We don't think we need that, but we need that sometimes. Like you need space to vent. Like
yeah.
like
Because motherfuckers just bottle all that shit up and then boom, shit go crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, I just been trying to like just deal with my battles, but also just enjoy my life too. Cause
Right.
I ain't give myself a lot of space to enjoy my life at one point. So now I'm just making sure I enjoy myself. It's like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Just as far as like everyday shit, it's like I just try to make sure it's better than yesterday. Try to move something and do something differently. You know what I mean? Like I know this pattern, so I just try to fix shit as I go.
Right. Yeah, and like on that tip, just like concerning like enjoying yourself. What was the what was the last thing you saw that you like enjoyed? What was the last movie or TV show that you enjoyed?
Um, shit, fucking the recent shows was the Chucky show in Atlanta. It's like I'm sad about Atlanta not being a thing no more. That's
Me too.
probably one of my favorite shows. So like Yeah, I don't know. It's between those two. Like, but now both of them are over. Like the Chucky season ended right when the fucking Atlanta shit ended, so I got nothing to watch. And I'm
Man.
the only one I'm waiting on right now is fucking BMF and the power shit went to whatever they bring Tariq back to power. I
Right.
want to see that. I don't want to watch none of the other powers, just the Tariq one.
I'm trying to catch up on Power. That's the show that I've seen a good amount of it, but it's not one that I like keep up with, like and it's something that I've wanted to yeah, at some point I'm gonna catch up on it. Maybe even over the holidays I'm gonna try to catch up on it.
Yeah, you
But
gotta binge it, bro. Like if you, my advice is like watch the first, like the first 1 to 5, like those seasons. Like
yeah.
skip all the other shit and just watch like the Book of Ghosts joint. Like those are good. But like once you enter the story, like the spinoffs, like would make sense. Like I couldn't get into the shit with Tommy. I couldn't get into the fucking Kanan show. Like it's something about that shit I just can't get into. Like I'm so like tied into like the original Family of Power, and like that show caters to that shit. So I'm like, that's all I want to see. And BMF on the other side is like that first season was hard, and the story itself is just a cool story. So I'm like, I want to see that shit. I wonder what the hell they gonna do next.
Yeah. Like like 50 Cent's got his own cinematic universe now.
Yeah.
And like when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, even when like the movie came out, like I never imagined that like we'd be at this point where like 50's got this like whole and like he basically, I mean, like it's not like he writes the show, but like those are his shows, like we know those as like the 50 Cent shows. And like that's just his, he's just that's just his. I just never expected that to be a thing ever. And now we're here 20 years later and he's got stars in a fucking chokehold, like it's kind of wild to think about that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about nothing else Stars is doing.
Me either, except for P Valley, which I also really want to get into, and like really
Forgot
finish.
about P-Valley. I be forgetting that. Oh, I forget it exists every time it doesn't. Like it's not on. But yeah, we don't watch P-Valley. That's a wild, fucked up, weird ass show. But it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it's really
It's
good.
twisted as it is. It's a good show.
Right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah. Once again, I just gotta like I don't be having time to like watch the shows I want to watch, except for Atlanta, because like Atlanta's always been appointment viewing for me ever since it came out. And I realized, oh, I haven't talked about this on the shit yet. What did you think of the fucking ending? Let's talk about Atlanta, the ending, please. Like,
All right. So that shit really fucked my head up a lot because I couldn't understand if this nigga was dreaming the whole time or if it actually happened or I don't know. That shit fucked my head up a lot. But it don't feel like it's over. Like I feel
right,
like they have to do something else. Like they kind of had to. Like even if it's not Atlanta, like as we know it, like if they need to like, I ain't gonna say they need to, but like it would be great if they just zeroed in on one person maybe and like built a story off of that. Cause I don't think Atlanta was done. Like it's so much shit that like it's shit from the first season that I don't think was answered. Like we don't even know what the fuck happened when Paperboy like shot that dude. Like we
right,
don't know if he died. Like I don't. It's so many questions that I have. Like you know what I mean. Like I don't know. Like they took that show to a lot of places, but I know that third season like made me uncomfortable with it, but it also like was the shit because I was going to Europe at the time. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
like right after I experienced that shit for the first time. Like you get a show and it's based off of that shit. And then by the time the last season like airs, I live in Atlanta. Like it's just kind of like weird.
Oh, that's hard. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. And the crazy
Wow.
part, like when that show first came out, like so many pieces, like so many random pieces of like of the little writing like was happening in my life. Like I remember this one time, like me and the homie was walking to the basketball court and shit, and the nigga just rolled up on us slow as hell, like he was about to shoot us. And like he looked at me and I looked at him. He was like, "Hey, you be on Instagram." It was like, "You funny as hell. I fuck with you, bro." I was like, "Word." He was like, "You want to hit this shit?" Like, he had a blunt. And I was like, Nah, I'm good. Appreciate it. Like shit like that happened on Atlanta, like all the time to that nigga Paperboy. It was like, damn, why am I like, that shit was weird, but it was like everything that nigga was going through, like during that show was low key happening. Like no matter what the season was, it was just like low key follow what the fuck was happening for real. Shit was kind of
Right.
crazy.
Damn. So like that's see like that moment that you just said. I know you remember. I think it was in the second episode when bro walked up to the house in the Batman mask, and he was just like, "Paperboy live here."
Yeah.
He's just like, okay, and then just
They never explained that shit. They never finished that story out. Like there was just a lot of loose ends on that shit. But I fuck with it because why not? You know what I mean? It never happened like that before. So I'm like, whatever.
right.
But I would love to. I need closure for a lot of things.
The one the one that I was most excited about, they like I appreciated that they explained like what happened to Ern at Princeton, because like they like brought that up a bunch in the first season
Oh
and then
yeah.
just never explored it. And then they had him in therapy and he was just like, yeah, like the whole thing with like the RA, and she had my suit. I went into her room to go get the suit, and then she
Mhm.
was like, oh, he broke it. Yeah, like that was like seeing that play out like in the whole therapy session, and like like it's crazy because like outside of the shit with Paperboy, that's like the one thing I would always talk to people about Atlanta, and they'd be like, I want to know what happened with Ern at Princeton. And like they explained it, and then like they had him go through all this like really like deep, and just like he kind of like found himself in therapy, and then he did all that shit to the white lady who was trying to write the children's book.
Mhm.
And he fucking Truman showed her ass. And then
That
just
shit
like
was crazy.
one of my favorite moments of the whole show is like he goes through all that development, he does all that shit, he brought Tracy back, he fucking looked at Tracy like, don't fuck with me, you'll be next. Like, and Tracy was like, I'm scared of you, okay, like. And then he's just sitting there watching everything, he's just like, I need to go back to therapy. Like, it
Yeah, he
was
was definitely on
like
some
it
bullshit.
was
That was the opposite of what you were supposed to do.
yeah. What the opposite of what he was supposed to do. What?
No, that was the opposite of what he was supposed to do to fix his problems. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? He was supposed to like find some kind of like forgiveness for the lady. This nigga just made it worse. Now it's karma. Like, like yeah, that nigga. I could imagine like another season of that shit. He probably go through some wild shit. They need another season. That shit pisses me off. But I feel like maybe I don't know. You know how like the Boondocks like disappear and then they came back years later, like, oh, we got a new season. Like maybe they'll do
yeah.
some shit like that. Like just
See,
like I feel the same way about Lovecraft Country. Like obviously it got canceled, but like it was just a good ass show that needed more. Like that shit
yeah,
deserved a lot more.
like, oh, cause like Lovecraft Country. I'm happy you brought that up. Lovecraft Country was like, it was a show that like I loved it. I had issues with it, but I really fucked with it. And like, but like there was so much that happened in the ending. Just like white people could not use magic anymore. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to see what happened with that. Like just off of that alone, and of course, and with the young girl who had like the dire wolf, like the mechanical dire wolf, and it's like, oh, there's just like so much. Like
Yeah.
I just wanted to see where it would go, but I'm also like, how do you top that? You know, like, and
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
kind
I
of
think I think the lady that wrote the show, I think she released something like that, like basically would have been like the second season or something, but like there's no point. It's like if they're not gonna film that shit, I don't want to see nothing.
yeah, yeah, like,
Broke my heart.
like, mm, just like the whole episode in Japan alone was just like so crazy, and them going back to Tulsa, like them going back in time and meeting him, meeting Michael K. Williams when he was younger, and then like and you're like, how do you do this show without Michael K. Williams either? Because Michael K. Williams isn't here anymore, like rest in
Yeah,
peace. Like
yeah,
it's
that's
it's like for Atlanta, like I love the ending of Atlanta because it really did like shift my whole perspective of like what the show was about. And like, and it's crazy because I started watching, like my sister had never seen any of it. So right after I finished the show, I was like, yo, you got to come watch this first episode with me right now. And you remember at the very beginning of the first episode when they're like in the middle of the argument and Paperboy's about to shoot bro, or we think he is. It's, you know, like you said, it's implied. We don't know if he actually does it or like he does it, but like we don't see it happen. But like Darius is just like off and he's like, oh, like, where was that dog with the Texas on it? You know, like that, like, I've already talked about this in public before, but like, I think the whole show took place in Darius's head. I think the whole goddamn show took place in his head. Like, it would explain so much. Like, because like,
I don't want to just give it to that, like, because it makes sense, but like, it's just such a that would be so crazy. Because I remember that, like, I always wondered, like I said, I brought up the loose ends. That's one of the loose ends. It's like,
yeah,
they brought that shit back like twice in that first season. Like the first time he was like, "Where's the white dog?" And then the second time the dog was there. Oh no, the dog was there. Then the second time he was like, "Where's the white dog?" Whatever the fuck. But then they never say nothing else about it. And then this nigga's in a sensory deprivation tank. And then this nigga's like, boom, over and over and over and over. They confused the fuck out of me with that episode. But I was also like, damn, this shit could go either way.
Like, it would, but like my whole thing is like it would explain all, because like the whole, like what I love about Atlanta is like it's real, but it's not at the same time. It's like it's like super grounded, and like, you know, all those people, like, you know, a Paperboy, you know, a Darius, you know, a Van, you know, a Earn, you know, like I do at least. And like, you know, like, but like, you know, these people, but then one of them's got an invisible car. You know these people, but one of them's being tailed by a Nation of Islam motherfucker trying to sell them Nutella sandwiches on a bus. You know, like, you know these people, but what's another you know these people, but Justin Bieber's black. You know, like it's just like the shit that's like
the D'Angelo shit was weird.
In the D'Angelo shit, like, you know, like, just it's just like, because so much of what they do on Atlanta just feels like remixes of stuff that happens in real life but isn't quite that, you know, like the show revolves around that stuff too much for me to not be like, oh, this is just like, because, you know, you look at the ending and like them, what's it called? Darius comes and gets them from this. Though everything that happened in the sushi spot fucking killed me. Just like his whole speech about this, like, I'm dying just thinking about it. But like, Darius brings them out, they hop in the car, they get the chicken sandwiches, they go back to the crib, and he's like, and you're like, of course they do like the Inception thing where he's watching the TV. You don't know if he sees the thick Judge Judy, but like that smile that he gives, to me, it's like, because like the whole time he was like, think about how at peace he was with the fact that he was still dreaming. He's like, oh, I just stole this car. Oh, I just stole these chicken sandwiches. Like, he was happy with the fact that, because he knew he was dreaming and that he wasn't going to get in trouble for it. Right. So we see him see the TV and he smiles about it. And that to me was like, oh, I'm still dreaming. You know, like, I can enjoy this. And especially the whole shit with his brother, like him going into the house and seeing his dead brother, you know, like
damn,
because like,
damn, I hope that's not what it is. I don't want to figure it out. I want to be confused.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
I wanted to accept the confusion, but that makes too much fucking sense.
But here's the thing, because like right before the end, you know, like Earn was like, yo, like, we're here with you, we're your real friends, like, you're here, come smoke with us. And he's like, yeah, I'll be right out. Because I talked about it on a different podcast, and like I had it explained to me that like the smile to somebody else, the smile was him being like, oh, okay, I am here with my friends, this is real life. But I can't stop thinking about like, but if it was real life, he'd be horrified because the nigga just stole a car, bro. Like, you know, so like, it's just like, you could like that's the thing I love about this show. You could really make an argument either way and it's gonna make sense. Like, there's, and like, and you're like, they've all done interviews about it and they've been like, we're never gonna fully explain this ending. We're not gonna tell you yes he's dreaming or no he's not dreaming, you know, like it really just, it works either way. Like I have my theory and I'm gonna stand by it, but I'm never gonna tell somebody like, no, like that's cap, that's not real. Like it's like it all makes sense, you know, like that's how well written the show is. They put it together so well that you can make an argument for either side. Like, and that's just good writing, you know, like they were real deliberate with it. So I don't know. Like,
Damn, bro. Yeah, you just cracked my head with that one. Cause I really let it go. Like I forgot all about the fact that Atlanta was over. Like that's what I do in my traumas, bro. I packaging them shits up and I ball them up. And it's like a real small crumble, and it dissipates within all the other bullshit that's going on. So like I'll be mad about something, right? And then I'll smoke about a zip worth of weed, and it's completely gone from my memory at that point. So now I'm hurt again. I don't want to remember that Atlanta's not coming on, bro. Oh my god damn, bro.
oh, I'm sorry, son. I didn't mean to do that to you.
And like so, like, and you giving me different like ideas of it. So I really want to rewatch the whole shit. Like we was talking about fucking BMF. It's like I wanted to rewatch the whole BMF, but I'm like, it's no point, bro. Like I be torturing myself, bro. Like this is why I like to forget shit for real sometimes. It's like because if I'm thinking about it too much, it's just gonna kick my ass, bro.
Damn.
But like, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Fucking suck.
Yeah. Well, now that we're here, because you mentioned it before, I gotta ask now. If there were to be an Atlanta spinoff, who would you want it to follow? Because like somebody or no. I had an idea at one point that it could be like an anthology, like because I just saw the new Knives Out, that Glass Onion movie. Shit was fire, by the way. It's really, really good.
Glass Onion?
Yeah, it's did you see the first Knives Out?
Nah, I don't know what that is.
It's a whodunit with the guy who played James Bond. He's a detective named Benoit Blanc who like solves Lakeith Stanfield, who plays Darius on the show. He's in Knives Out. He's in the first one.
Nigga, Lakeith Stanfield was in everything.
He's in everything, bro. Like he's in the fucking Metro Boomin shit. He's in the video. I was just thinking like rappers love him because like he's been in rap videos for like the last like 6-7 years. Like
Yeah.
like he could, yeah, because like he was a rapper at one point too. I don't think he raps anymore, but
Don't
he
remember
was.
that.
His music was cool, like kind of out there, but cool. I liked it. But I bring that up because the new Knives Out movie is like a what's it called? Benoit Blanc's back, but he's the only character back. So like they're gonna do like a whole like anthology series thing where like he's in the movie, but it's always gonna be like a different cast and a different mystery. So like you could do something like that with Atlanta, where you like focus on like the different characters. Like like you could do a whole episode about Uncle Willie, like Cat Williams' character. You could do a whole episode about the fucking dude with the Nutella sandwich. Like you could do a whole episode about Black Justin Bieber, like just like I don't know, but I think that'd be fun if they were to do something. But
Definitely. I would like to see the Darius's perspective, like possibly like after he like snaps out or whatever he's going through, and then he's really in whatever the fuck his real life is. Like I would like to see that, or yeah, I would like to see that. That's it.
that's cool. Yeah, because like now I'm thinking like what like what is Darius's real life like? Was that his real life? Like it's
Yeah. I'm just curious to see how that shit ended, like, cause that's not the end of the story. You know what I mean? Like this, like, yo, nigga, we went to the store, this shit happened, then we left, and then credit. Like, nigga, what happened after y'all left? Like, did you make it home?
Right.
I'd be curious, bro. I'd be asking a lot of questions.
Damn, like, and just like the barber, like I've been thinking about the barbershop episode a lot because
I watched that one recently.
Bro, it's been 17 years since I've been to a barbershop. And I still like I know Bibby. Like I've seen a Bibby. Like if you've been to a black barbershop, you've seen a Bibby. You know, like that shit gives me so much anxiety, but it makes me laugh so hard, you know, just like And just
Yeah.
like I felt so bad for Al, bro. Like he was really just walking around just crushed, like just completely bent. Like his hair is looking fucked up. Like I felt so bad for him. Like
Man, they nigga tried to steal lumber. The nigga, nah, that car accident shit was crazy. Like he ran to the back of that lady. Yeah, everything about that episode was fucked up. Like it's full chaos, but I loved it. Like I can't remember if that was the one Flying Lotus had scored.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, him and Thundercat did the music for that.
Everything about that episode was just perfect. It was like this is
Yeah.
fucked up, but I love it. Like yeah, that's I don't know, man. Atlanta definitely just hit every point that I needed it to hit. Cause like the third season, when they was like talking about Nando's and shit, like I had just had Nando's for the first time, so I'm like,
Me
I know
too.
that
That's
shit
crazy.
fire over there. It's like I had Nando's in DC like previously, but like I don't think it counts. Like you know what I mean? Like if you in London, it's not too many choices for niggas. So like Nando's is really the one, low key. It's like Nando's and like what's that other spot? I can't even remember the name of it. What's that other chicken spot? It's like Morton's or Morton. What you talking about? The chicken in London. Morley's is good. But yeah, it don't be that many options for a nigga like me. Like you know, Atlanta ain't got nothing but wings and lemon pepper on everything. So I
Right.
expect a flavor. Shit don't be flavored like that out there.
Nah.
Probably a good
From what
thing.
I heard. What?
It's probably a good thing though.
Yeah, probably.
The
Um,
McDonald's over there is fire.
so I heard I haven't been over to London. I went to Germany once when I was like 12 or 13, but I haven't been to London. I haven't been to Europe in like a decade. So
Yeah,
but yeah, like
McDonald's.
what was like I'd be going down those like there's this like whole YouTube channel that just like does they do comparisons and contrasts between fast foods in different parts of the world. So like what is British McDonald's like? Like what do they got over there?
They got everything we got and more. They still got the snack wraps. The snack wraps are stupid.
That's all you needed to say. Okay.
Nigga, when I went over there, like they had the sign outside with the snack wrap on it, and I just got off the plane. I'm like, I need 2 snack wraps. Nigga, the snack wraps is crazy. The fucking they blend the corn. They blend the chicken with corn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like the nuggets and the tenders and shit, it's like actually a little healthier. Like the shit tastes better and everything. Like it's kind of crazy. And then the wildest part is the sauces. Like they got curry sauce. They got I forgot what the fuck else they had, but the curry sauces was the wild one. Like that was the wildest one I seen. The worst thing about it though is the drink choices.
Mm.
Drink selection in London is ass. Like it's all well, I ain't gonna say it's just London, it's really like the whole Europe and shit. But like it just be like seltzer water and goddamn fucking Fanta. And that shit tastes like it got water in it. Like it's
Oh,
watered down. You know what I mean? Shit just be like it's just off over there. But I just drink bad water over there.
yeah, it's probably better, but you know, like it's like if I remember correctly, they got like a soda tax over there, like a or like a sugar tax over there or something. So like they like really regulate their sugar intake over there. So they
So I'm sorry for laughing, but that was random as hell. I remember that from school.
I just got it. I just got it from that video I was telling you about. Like they like break the shit down and just like I just know things I got no business knowing. But
That's the
like
magic of YouTube.
for real, son. But oh yeah, I was gonna say I had Nando's for the first time in Chicago because I went out to Chicago for the first time back in July. I got a whole half chicken and like I got it like medium hot because like I would cook because like I was expecting the shit to like burn my mouth off, and like the chicken was delicious. That shit was not spicy at all. Zero, no spice. I was like like
That's funny.
like like real like no bullshit. I thought I had COVID. I was like, I can't taste the spice. Like, what happened? Like,
I know how you feel, but I definitely thought I had COVID this one time because I couldn't taste the disease. I know exactly how you feel. Yes.
like,
Yeah.
like, it tasted great, but it had no spice. But then I tried the fries, the peri fries. The fries were spicy, so I was like, okay, like
the fries is everything. I fuck with everything from Nando's basically.
yeah, me too.
You fuck with halloumi? You
Never
ever
had
had
it.
That's one thing that I ain't gonna say I discovered, but like I learned about halloumi. It's you gotta say it kind of weird, but it's like it's fried cheese basically, like, and they sell that shit as a side at the Nando's out there. Like they side options is crazy, and they got some shit over there. Like yeah, then they got. Also, I remember my worst like food experience I had in Europe was in Paris. Like we was at this, I was opening up for Arm& Hammer, and fucking they had like a menu like with food on there, and it was all in French, which was the first problem. It's like I don't even know what the fuck it is. So I'm ordering the food, and the nigga, who was it? It was E1. This nigga was like, yo, they got duck. I was like, word, like you eat duck? Like I ain't never had duck before.
Duck is fire.
Like,
I love duck. It's great.
Look, allegedly. So he told me how fire it is, and fucking. So I get the joint, and immediately I noticed that shit is not done. Like it was like bloody. Like it was. I don't even say it was bloody, but it was like it was so pink, like it was red. You know, it was. I can't even explain how undone that shit was, but like I couldn't eat that shit, bro. Like
I feel it.
Like I had my first time going on tour, me and Seafood, when he brought the band, like I spent Thanksgiving on tour, like in France. And that, you know what I mean? Them niggas tried to feed us and shit. It's like I ain't never had, man, that was a terrible Thanksgiving. But I had a good, good show or whatever. But that Thanksgiving was ass. The food, the food just gotta be American, bro. Like I'm sorry. Like not just American, because I fuck with Chinese food too. You know what I mean? I fuck with Korean food, fucking Jamaican food. I fuck with Indian food. What else? Italians. You know what I mean? All types of shit. I'm like, I fuck with mad food. But like,
damn.
It always go back to the nigga stuff. It's like I almost, you know what I mean? But recently, me and my girl, bro, we been like, well, it's really just her. But like, we looked up this recipe for these like Korean cucumbers, and we've been making them bitches every day.
Like you've been like pickling them, or it's like a different process?
Not necessarily pickling them. Like you make the sauce is like a marinade basically. You cut the cucumbers up, put salt on them, and fucking you pour that shit on it, and you let it chill for a second, like so it can seep in. Shit's stupid. It's like I don't know. It's like a replacement for fries basically. Like for us, you know what I mean? Because we don't really eat fries that much, but like niggas be wanting the side, and we'll just make that shit for it instead of some greasy shit. You know?
That's
You
hard.
already eating some greasy ass chicken, so you know what I mean? Get you some of this water.
Right. No, that's real, bro. That's real. Like, cause what's it called? My girl does Every Plate, the meal delivery system shit, and like I done it a couple times, but like every once in a while they come with like they want you to like pickle cucumbers or something, and just like which is great. Like it's super cool. Like they just give you like vinegar and sugar, and you gotta like microwave it a certain way, and then just like let it sit and like add some salt, and like the shit will just pickle. And cause like I can't eat cucumbers just like raw by themselves, because like it's weird, because like it tastes like it tastes like like flavored water when people put like lemon or shit. And like I like that stuff,
Yeah.
but it's just like if I'm eating cucumber and I put it in something, that flavor overpowers everything. Like whatever it touches, that shit tastes like cucumber now, and it just it fucks with me. Like tomatoes the same way. I love tomatoes, but not like you know how people like will cut like thick tomato slices. And it's just like that shit is just like watery, and like everything that it touches, it tastes like tomato, but like
I respect this rant. This is funny as shit.
I just like
tomato. That's funny as fuck.
I just like, and it gets weird. Yeah, because like it's only like the thick cut slices of tomato. Like I love like sun dried and like I love everything else tomato, but it's just like don't give me a burger with just like a thick ass tomato slice on it because then the whole shit's gonna taste like tomato. I don't want that shit.
Yeah, that's
But
a tomato
like,
patty.
what happened?
That's a tomato patty.
For real. Like, but like it's you know, like cucumber, like I love cucumber mixed with stuff. Like I love sushi. Like I'll always go up for a plate of sushi. Like I love cucumber and I love cucumber and sushi. I love it like pickled and like mixed with shit in like a rice bowl. Like that shit goes crazy. And I just cause like I don't know if I talked about this before. I don't know if I told you about it before, but I was a picky eater as a kid. Like I was like the no fruit, no vegetables kid. Like that was me all day. I was terrible for years. Like
Why, bro?
obviously,
Why you ain't like fruit?
it was like it took me forever to figure it. It was a texture thing, bro. Like
I guess I could understand that part.
it was like because like it was never the flavor. There was never a time when I would eat fruit and be like, this tastes disgusting. Like I loved eating most fruit, but I just like I couldn't get over like the text like the mushy texture of a banana. Like I don't want to eat a like I didn't want to eat a banana. I don't even want to like eat a banana by itself today. But like I make smoothies and shit now, and like it's always been like because like apples are gritty, bananas are mushy, goddamn like grapes are kind of like they're they're just like little like flavor sacks that just like explode. It's just like like it was always just it was always a texture thing for me. I'm over that now. Like I eat fruit like crazy now, but it's just like that really got me. I don't know what it was, but like cucumber and tomato prepared like that was just like one thing where I was like it like the taste just overpowers everything it goes into if it's not mixed properly type shit. It's
Yeah,
just
understood.
it's weird.
Yeah, I know. I can't fuck with a cooked apple.
Ooh, wait. The only time I will is if it's in stuffing. You ever had like apple? That's how my mom makes her Thanksgiving stuffing. There's like little small little apple slices in it. That shit goes stupid.
I'm
Like,
scared. I can't hold you because I ain't. I want. It's just because I ain't never experienced it. But like, I don't. I don't. I didn't fuck with What was it, bro? I guess it's like apple pie. I'm not a pie nigga. I hate pie. Like it's something about pie that I just can't fuck with. But like like I can't remember how it was prepared. It might not have been a pie. It could have been like a turnover. No, it was some breakfast shit. My mama used to make fried apples for breakfast sometimes, and that's what pissed
okay.
me the fuck up. It was something about it that I didn't like, and she used to try to make me eat the shit anyways. And I'm like, why would you cook a fucking apple? That apple did not deserve to be burned. Like that's nah. It's something about that shit that's not right. I get vegetables. You're not supposed to cook fruit. Like I guess some fruits, but not apples, bro. Like leave
Right.
apples alone, bro. That shit rude. Nigga be like, one apple a day, keep the doctor away. You gonna cut that bitch up and then murder it. Like it's literally you just body the fucking apple. That shit is rude. There's something about it that's just not right. You can bite into it, you know what I mean? But don't set it on fire, man.
Yeah. Do you watch Abbott Elementary?
Yes, I do actually. I
So
forgot to
you
say that I
remember
enjoy that story. I mean, I said that story. I forgot to say I enjoy that show.
it's all good. And I only bring that up because you're like fucking Greg when they fucking like when they're fucking grilling him about not liking pizza. He's like, I don't like all the ingredients sloshed together in your mouth. And then somebody asks him about pie, and he looks him in the eye and just says, "Fruit should not be hot."
I don't remember that part, but I definitely feel the same way. It's something about some hot fruit that's just weird, bro. Like I get the smoothie, you know what I mean? Like you could chop it up and put it in the smoothie, or just let the smoothie shred that bitch up. But you
Right.
ain't setting that smoothie on fire. You're not putting that smoothie in the fucking pot and making a
Right.
puree out of it before you fucking drink it. You eat. It's just something about it, bro. Let that shit stay cold, man. Let that shit stay cold, bro. Should have ate it
Yeah.
cold. That's how I feel about that.
You know, like, but like you can like cool pie. Like you can like eat pie out the fridge if you want.
But it's still trash, my nigga. It's something about the crust. I can't get with that shit. It's like one, you got crust, and then you got all mushy shit in between that. And that mushy shit big as hell. Like
Yeah.
I can't maybe it's the texture thing. It just don't taste right to me. Like I had like when I was a kid, I had pecan pie, and I just picked the pecans off of that motherfucker. Niggas tried to feed me fucking sweet potato pie. That shit look like a brick. Like I don't know, there's something about that shit I can't get with. It don't even look satisfying. I can't fuck with yams. Like it's a lot of random shit I just can't fuck with.
Like
I don't even like turkey no more for real. Like the traditional turkey, I'm like fuck turkey right now.
I never liked turkey. I always prefer
Real
chicken to
nigga.
turkey.
The day after the turkey too, nigga, you know, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. It's probably because my mom used to really just be on bullshit. But if she made turkey, if she made Thanksgiving and turkey and all that shit, you was eating turkey for at least a week after that.
Right.
And that shit used to be dry as a motherfucker. So I don't fuck with turkey that much no more. I got bad memories of turkey.
Yeah, man, me too. Me too.
And when I stopped eating pork, I went straight to just honey turkey. So I'm like burnt out on turkey. Like it's fuck turkey right now. I'm gonna leave it off for now.
I feel it. I was before we move on, I just got back into pecan pie. Pecan pie like is maybe the best pie. Like it's the one. That's not like a you like savory pies? Like
I don't like pie at all. It's like if like
okay.
I remember all right, so you know, all right, I'm gonna keep it a stack. The only pie I can respect is the pot pie.
Okay, yeah. No, pot pie goes crazy.
Because this just
You
got
ever
me
have
through some
shepherd's
rough
pie?
times as a kid.
You ever have shepherd's pie before? Shepherd's pie goes crazy. It's basically a pot pie.
What is it exactly? What's it?
It's like
I've heard of
shepherd's
it. I don't remember.
shepherd's pie is like it's like beef with like potatoes and gravy, and I think like maybe peas in there too. And
I
it's
might
just like
have had that.
in a
I might
pie.
have had that. I might have had that. I'm pretty
Shepherd's
sure.
pie is
But
great.
that sounds like something I can fuck with because that's some real mature, straight to the point food. Like nigga, this is fill you up shit. Get the fuck up out of there. There's nothing glorifying about that meal. It's just food.
It's just food and bread. Like
It's like eating spam. Like that's damn near jail food. Like you just throwing all that shit into a thing and putting a crust over it. I don't know what it is about pie, bro. Like I fuck with cake, you know what I mean? But it's certain cakes that I can't fuck with. It's a lot of ices I can't fuck with. Like, you know what I mean? I'm real picky when it comes to the sweets department because that shit just it don't be all good. It's just some of that shit just tastes like sugar.
yeah. Like you got to fuck with somebody who like knows how to make it good. You know, it's I'll eat anything sweet. That's yeah. Like I don't drink, I don't smoke. Like sugar's my vice. Like sugar's been my vice. That's just me.
See, and me being a smoker, like it would make sense for me to like all types of just random nonsense. But like I've been smoking weed and having the munchies for so long that I don't have the munchies no more. And like I have a real clear mental when I'm high. And I'm like, I don't want that shit. You know what I mean? Like no matter how blazed I am, I'm still like not really crashing out like how I used to. But like I don't know, I fuck with a lot. I really just drink water. Like it's kind of weird, but I really fuck with water. Like we just get cases of water and just run them bitches through all fucking day.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
I got a personal bottle that I fill up like at least 3-4 times a day. It's like a 40-ounce bottle. Like literally like an old English size bottle of water that I fill up like 3-4 times a day. I drink so much water. Like
all right. Hold on, my bad. I just got a little show off.
nah, you're good. This is I mean like we could just sit here and talk for hours, but like I know you got shit to do, so I'm not gonna keep you. But like
I'm chilling. You good? But I'm just saying, like, I be getting like fucking like sidetracked. If I see something pop up and like it kind of matter, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, and then I'm be like, damn, what was I just talking about? I do this all day long, bro. Like my girl hate me for that shit. My memory is fucked. Like it's kind of sad how this shit works. Like I be trying hard. Well, I ain't gonna say I try because like at this point I feel like it's just a part of me. You know what I mean? It's like if you love me enough, you'll understand. But like it gets frustrating sometimes. Like I'll get on the phone and be like, I'm about to Google something, and as soon as I get to Google, I don't fucking know what I was gonna Google.
yeah.
That shit made me feel like I'm old as hell. I'm not even 30 yet.
Yeah, I was about to say you're not even 30 yet. Like so
I'm living, bro. We are existing.
Yeah. Nah. We're out here. We're out here. It's almost 1:00 on a Friday. Good shit.
Yeah.
But because we're here and because this is ostensibly a place to talk about music, I know we've already talked about Frank a bunch other places, but there's like a certain aspect that I didn't get to talk to you about that so like in the little transition part between Love Song, and Don't Be Afraid. Um, somebody slipped in a fucking American Gangster sample where we were talking about Frank Lucas about to shoot him. Whose idea was that? Because I
Pink
think about
Seafood.
that so much, and that was real slick. I like that.
Pink Seafood.
Really?
Give it up to Pink Seafood. Yeah, he
Damn.
I played the album for him. Like we was at his crib in Baltimore, sitting on the porch, just smoking. Like I can't even call it a porch. That's a stoop. Like that's a big ass. We was on
There's
the
a
stoop.
difference between a porch and a stoop. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like I just got the like the masters back, and I put the like another thing. Gray Matter like did the track listing for me, so like it was I had all the music for so long that I was just like, damn, I don't know how to make this sound like an album no more because the shit's so old. This thing was like, you should do this, put this there, that, boom, switch that shit around. I listened to it. It was like, all right, cool, bet. And then I went and did the skits and fucking when I did the skits, but I went through in my voice memos and found the skits. And people that know, like it was like the previous version of Frank was the same track list with like a different arrangement of skits. Like my sister, it was originally me and my sister having the phone conversation. Like my sister's incarcerated, but like we was on the phone call and we was just talking about random shit. And like I took bits and pieces of that phone call and put it in like on the album. And then I was listening to it for 6 more months, and I was like, I don't know if I like this the way that it is. And then did what I did. And then I played it for Seafood when I went to Baltimore. I can't remember why I was in Baltimore. We probably had a show somewhere, but I got to Baltimore. I'm chilling with him, playing the shit. He like, yo, bro, it's this Frank Lucas, this American Gangster scene. You gotta put this on that shit. Like he sent me the clip, and I took it, put it on there. Boom. But that was really Pink Seafood.
Damn.
Like that was the one thing he did for that. It's crazy. Like outside of his verse, like he didn't really have no like input, you know what I mean? But like that was the one thing he was like Seafood will always hear my shit before it drop, like and vice versa. So like he like, yo, you should do this, bro. And I'm like, all right, cool, you know.
Yeah.
But that was really what like the last touch I put on that motherfucker. That was the very last thing we did.
That's so crazy because you also told me that Love Song was the last song you made for the project too. So like for the beginning of the album to be like to have like the last bits of stuff on it, that's wild to me. I love that. That's so great.
Yeah, it was definitely like a backwards ass process though. Like I don't think I ever made an album like that. Like that was one of the I don't know, like, and that's also why I said in the credits, like the liner notes, that it was like the last of its kind, because that was the last time that I made music, like, and I was living in Richmond, and like I was around all my friends and shit. So like that music felt like home, you know what I mean? Like that was the thing that I loved about it the most. It's like it felt like the crib. So I'm like, I know that if I put this out, like the city gonna appreciate it at least. But like I didn't expect for the other shit to happen. It's like, of course, it's like it could get to that point, but like people apparently love that fucking album, and I was past it by the time it came out. So I was just like, damn, I hope I can do something better than this. You know what I mean? Like that, but that's still not the ceiling. Like that was never the ceiling for me.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
that album is good, but it's like I didn't shitted on it already like twice. So I don't see it as the same thing. You know what I mean? But
Right.
it was a moment for sure. It's like I like to call it my first album.
Yeah, and like and you're like, I know you told me and you told a couple other people that like because like I remember I asked you like why you decided to call this one Frank, and you were kind of like, yeah, it just kind of felt right. And you know, just like hearing you talk about how it feels like home and how this is kind of like like I didn't even realize that this is like or like not realize, but like I didn't think about it too much. It is kind of like the end of an era for you because like you're not in Richmond no more, but like 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 calling it Frank is like that's home. Like that's kind of what I get from it, like especially having like been around y'all and like knowing you a bit and like seeing that happen, and like and like considering that it's like the album, or at least according to Spotify, it's like the album I played the most this year. Like you were my number one on
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, just no, yeah. I wasn't sure if I wasn't sure if I wanted to say that, but like yeah.
That was hard, bro. Thank you, my nigga. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I like I was I wasn't surprised, but to see you at number one, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Cause like my top 5 songs are like 3 songs from Frank. Like I promise. I promise that it was a
Damn.
love song, Poisonous Primates, and
Uh,
I forget the other one. But
well, I feel
like
Class Clown or something.
I'll look it up and tell you later. But
That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy. I
yeah.
appreciate that for real, cause like it's been so many times where like those numbers have came around and I was like insecure about it, and
Mm-hmm.
like this time I was like, whatever, I'll just post this shit because I still feel like whatever I get is not enough. So I'm
Yeah.
looking at it like on like from a like the glass half full kind of perspective. I'm like, this shit cool. I would like 100 million billions, of course, but like I didn't do bad. It's like cool. It's like at least show the people like what they did for me that year. It's like that was what that was for. It's like to show the people that actually give a fuck about that shit. So many people was posting like that I was in a top 0.01% and shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that made me feel good, bro. Cause it ain't like a nigga want to do this shit for nobody. It's like I would like
Right.
to, that's like I want money and I also want respect and appreciation. You know what I mean? It's like all that shit work hand in hand, but it's like at the end of the day, nobody has to play that shit. I don't listen to my music all the time. So I'm like, I hope motherfuckers listen to that shit. But I can't, you feel me? It's like I'm so in the future with my music stuff. It's like I'm 3 albums ahead of y'all right now. So I'm not thinking about Frank. I'm not even thinking about Skinemaxxx fully. But I'm like, all right, I gotta roll this bitch out. But I'm also thinking about 3, 4 other projects that could potentially happen, but
Right.
they could also minimize into something else. You know what I mean? Like shit happens all the time, like in this music stuff. So I don't get married to too many ideas and shit. But like I just know for a fact that like it's that shit was not the ceiling. Like I'm low key like if I had to, I don't know, if I could go back in time, I would have made another album. Like, cause what I did with that situation was I didn't want to give Lex at the end of the day. So I made another album for them. That's what Frank was basically. So I'm
Right.
like, I could have dropped at the end of the day with them, then Frank, then Skinemaxxx, then whatever the fuck. But I'm like, I want to be in control of my fucking discography. Like I know exactly what makes the most sense. But in this case, like me calling Frank my debut was probably the smartest thing I could have did because
Yeah.
I learned how to make projects doing all them EPs and projects with other people. So I'm
Yeah.
like, this is the first time it feels like the first thing. So all that other shit was like practice. It felt like this is like
Right.
the actual album. You feel me?
Yeah, totally. Like and yeah, it's not it's not even like you've been at it for like not that long either. Like you got like a whole decade's worth of work like between like you and just like everything going on with the mutants. Like it's just like that was it's yeah, nah, like you really made it to that point where it's just like this 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 is the thing that I'm maybe not this is the thing I'm ready for everyone to see, but it just kind of worked out the way it worked out.
Yeah.
And like like I know, like all I know is I know people who I was telling about you and them 2 years ago when I first heard Holly Water, and I'm like, these niggas are fire. Like, go listen to their shit, and like people get it now. Like it was the same thing when I first heard um Fly God and Reject 2 by Gunn and Conway, and I was like, they're gonna blow. Go listen to them right now.
Yeah.
And people were like, okay. And then
Yeah.
and
Sometimes
then
you can just
fucking
feel it.
what happened?
So sometimes you can just feel it. Like I felt that same way when I heard Seafood shit for the first time. Like this nigga gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
star. And it's like it ain't too many people that'll make you feel that way. So when you feel that way, it's probably like for real, for real.
Right. Yeah. Nah. I definitely felt I felt that way when I first heard Ensley. I was like, "Who the fuck
Yeah,
is this?" Like, I went and
yeah,
found everything I could, and like, and you're like, I don't, and you're like, I don't say that to be, I don't say that to make myself sound like cool or like, like I just fuck with the music. Like, I don't care about the I was first or any shit like that. I just like,
yeah.
I
But
heard,
this
I
is why
heard
we
Holly
fuck
Water.
with you. This is why we fuck with you. Because like people that do journalism usually be on some like weird hierarchy shit, like just trying to prove that they either know more about it than you or it's just not good enough to be known about. You feel me? It's like it's a thin line between like shit that makes sense and motherfuckers just like taking advantage of their positions and shit. And I don't think you take it, you don't abuse your position Like you say shit that makes sense. There's a lot of niggas in your circumference that don't do that correctly. So I'm like, to see you do that correctly amongst a bunch of niggas that don't, it's commendable, bro, because you can easily fold and act like everybody else. So like, I don't know, like I was talking to I talk to this nigga every day. But like I was talking to this nigga about the article, like the write up and shit, like the review. And he was like, damn, nigga, you done made it, nigga. You best music. Cause like niggas don't get best new music on Pitchfork like that. But usually when it happens, shit start happening for them. You know what I mean? Like mind you, Silk already had a lot of shit happen for him, but it's like being independent, motherfuckers will like lowball you and you know what I mean, like make you seem like you're not supposed to have a certain amount of whatever the fuck because you don't have a label behind you. But it's like a lot of niggas don't be needing that shit. You feel me? Hella niggas don't need that shit. He one of them. Like a lot of us really don't need that shit. I wouldn't say I don't need it, but at this point, I feel like I can figure things out on my own time. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit that I can do on some critical thinking shit. You know what I mean? Like niggas is capable, very fucking capable. But like, I just feel like beyond like all the other things that's happening in this world, it's like musically, we in a good ass place. Like I'm happy. My friends are fucking happy. Even with like the bullshit that's happening, motherfuckers are still making music through it. So I can't complain about the motherfucking thing. All I can do is just try to up the ante and make sure this shit ain't, you know what I mean? Make sure it makes sense when it come out. I don't really have anything else to do with that for real.
Right. I feel it.
It's really like my duty to life at this point. It's like my purpose. And I'm just living in it until I'm not here. And when I'm not here, hopefully I got some shit that didn't come out that's prepped. Cause that's how I've been moving for real. It's like just have shit ready to go. And even if it's not done, have it sectioned off so niggas know that I'm doing something with this. You feel me?
When things work out, I'm happy they work out. And I'm happy it worked out for that one because he really deserved it. Even if he doesn't like need it, you know, like I was just happy to do it. Because I hadn't really done one of those in a while anyway. So it was just
it's like whether he needed that shit or not, he was happy about it, you know. So I was like, I appreciated that because like I already know you. So I'm like, that's fucking fire. I'm like, yeah, nigga, that's Dylan. Like he know about the shit. It's like he not gonna sugarcoat that shit. He gonna tell the truth. Like if he like it, he gonna really like that shit. If he don't, probably not gonna talk about it. But if he gotta talk about it, he gonna be honest about that shit. So I'm like, yeah, I can fuck with your stance on things. Like that's literally why I respect you. It's like you got a mind. You feel me? It's like
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, you do too. And like that's why I'm here. You know, like that's why I've been here this whole time ever since I first heard your shit. And like we first talked when Fly Seafoods came out, I was like, oh yeah, like this is, you know, like we had that first conversation and I was like, yeah, this is like, you know, like you don't like you meet people in this industry and you don't always know whether you know you have like pleasant times with people, but you don't always know if it's gonna like lead to something more than that. And like every once in a while, it's just like, all right, like yeah, like we're friends now. It's not even just like like it's like a casual like, hey, what's up? Like no, like, that's my man. You know, like you know like you and Liv or that like. I got like a handful of other people who are like really like that, and like you're definitely one of them. So just like
respect.
You know,
and every time I see you, I'm like, nigga, what's up? I ain't about to act like I don't know you, nigga. The fuck, I done seen you too many times. But that's literally why I stay to myself the way that I do, because people don't operate like that outside of motherfuckers. Like sometimes people change they change their mask. You know what I mean? Niggas go outside into a different circle of people, niggas act different. So I'm like, it's important for that shit to match on all sides. Cause when I see a motherfucker, I expect them to act the same way they acted that last time I seen them. And if you're too busy for me now, then something is not right.
Definitely.
I don't know. I definitely it's different, bro. It's like it's so many people that do shit for the wrong reasons. So like you can feel that energy. Like you know what I mean. If the intentions is wrong, you can use it, feel it. You know.
Yeah. I get so anxious because like when I'm around, like I love being around people, but like I'll see people that I know, and I just there's some times when I just have a hard time approaching people, and like people will come to me and I'm just like, I already seen you like 20 minutes ago, and I just like wasn't ready to say hi yet for some reason. Like I always like I just get so anxious for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but it's something that I've been trying to work on forever. But just like I love giving love. and it's
I
important to
respect
me
it.
that people know that I love them, you know. Like,
Yeah, I respect that, bro. Because if you don't say it, motherfucker gone. You can't never say that shit.
yeah.
That shit is
Yeah,
important. You gotta say it when they can still hear it.
right. Man, I yeah, last year my uncle had just beat cancer, or we thought. And we my dad went out, my dad and I went out to Queens to go talk to go see him. And we had the, you know, it was like him, my uncle, and my aunt, and we just like sat in a room for 2 hours and just like talked in like their living room. And
Mhm.
you know, like he and my uncle and I were talking about like Jasmine Sullivan and shit. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see her new show." Like he's got to be in his like 50, or he was in his 50s and 60s, you know. So like he
Yeah,
was like, to see him so excited about just like being able to like move on and live life again. He was just like hype. So I was like, great.
yeah.
You know, I saw him a week later. We got a call from my aunt. He passed away. The cancer came back.
Damn.
Like I got to sit with him, tell him I love him, tell him that I was like have a conversation and like talk about him with shit, or talk about shit with him. And
Yeah.
then a week later he was gone. You know, like just like, and then like
That's
between
how it
that
happens.
and like what happened?
I said that's how it happens, bro. Like that's really
Yeah, man.
that's the way every time. Like I had that happen with an aunt.
Like it's, you know, like it's just like that. And then when Grog from Injury Reserve passed away, like that was my man. You know, like that was like my real friend. Like we talked damn near every day. And they called me and told me that he passed, and I was just like, I walked around the park. Like there's a park near my crib. I walked around the park for 20 minutes, and then I got in my car. I drove to Wendy's. I got a biggie bag, and I cried in the parking lot. Like,
With the biggie bag.
yeah.
Damn, gang.
It,
That's real pain right there, fool.
yeah, that was a moment, you know, like but I only bring that up because like I had talked to him a day and a half before that. We were talking about Pop Smoke for some reason. I had talked to him like 36 hours before I learned he died, you
Man,
know, and he just went. And I was like, you know, like I just like, yeah, just like telling your people that you love them is important, because you never know when it's just like when they're just not going to be here anymore. You know, like the whole Takeoff business and just every other rapper who's just dying every other day. Like it's just, you just
yeah,
can't keep that shit up. You can't keep that shit bottled up, because you will wish that you didn't, you
that's a
know?
fact. Man. That's a fact. Like, man, I know like when that takeoff shit happened, like that whole day I had difficulties listening to music. Cause like everything was sliding. Like everything is about killing niggas. And I'm like, I don't want to think about death right now.
Right.
That
Yeah.
shit fucked me up, bro. I ain't never think that like music could really be fucking things up until that moment. I'm like, this shit could be getting out of hand right now. Like it might have. It's
Yeah.
probably already. I mean, we've lost so many rappers. It's already out of hand. But like the takeoff thing did something. I don't know what it was, but like that shit was weird. You know, like
Yeah.
that was definitely a little eye opener. Like mainly because like not only like when he passed, my like a childhood friend of mine like passed away around the same time. So like I had two different glimpses of like two people that are literally like visibly out of the way. You know what I mean? Because like Takeoff was like very out of the way, quiet, like real reserved person. My homeboy was also very quiet, reserved, cool nigga. You know what I mean? Never really in no shit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
for both of these niggas to die, it's like that says a lot. Cause like I be in the cut too. You feel me? It's like I be out the way like a motherfucker, but I'm like, it don't matter. Anything can happen. It's like I still gotta go do shows. I still gotta do all types of shit. So like I'm putting myself at risk at all times. Like this music shit is very interesting like right now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I can't dwell on it because like, I still gotta live every day. But I definitely feel indifferent about a lot of things as far as like the current climate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's the reason why I'm like in the cut so much. It's like I'm not really talking as much because I don't really see fit for that shit no more. It don't even make sense. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know how to say how I feel without fucking something up. So I'm like, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up.
I feel it. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, sometimes it is just better to just like say no, silence is golden. They say that, and that's like sometimes it's just better to say nothing. But
Yeah. Either say
obviously there's like
nothing or literally say nothing. Like just say some shit that don't even make sense for real. That's my whole thing. It's like the shit posting. It's like I'll say some shit that don't even make sense for real. Or something that came into my mind and I know it don't make sense, but I'm just saying it because so
yeah, just because it's funny, like that's
like,
that's all good. I do the same thing. Like, like that's like another form of venting, like that's kind of what Twitter is like really great for. Like outside of just like, like that's the thing about Twitter, like Twitter is for people who like to talk. Like if if you're not a talker, Twitter is probably not for you. Like that's for people who know how to put words together. Like whether you're a rapper or a writer or whatever the fuck. Like, like that's what I love about it. But I wanted to maybe about I forget. I think this was pre-COVID. I went out to Crown Heights, Brooklyn, because they had just opened this black-owned wing spot out there called the Brooklyn Wing House. And I went there and ordered some. I don't know if I told you the story. I don't know if I've told this story on this podcast. Maybe I have once. I won't dwell on it too much. But long story short, I went to this I went to this spot in Crown Heights to go get wings, and somebody came with a gun to the door. I saw everybody in the spot hit the floor, and I was like, why is everybody on the floor right now? I turn around, bro, at the door with a gun. I'm like, oh shit, I hit the floor. Like I just come from work. I had like my backpack and my laptop in it. I was thinking like, I was ready to die. I was like, I was like, am I gonna live through this? Like, is it over? Like my whole life flashed before my eyes, like everything. It turns out that he was chasing somebody, and that person had run into the Brooklyn wing spot. And like he just kind of came in, he ran in, he let off 2 shots. So we went like pow, pow, and then immediately hopped over the counter and ran into the kitchen running after whoever he was chasing. So we all look at each other and we dip. We all leave. Like as soon as he's gone, we leave the place.
I would
And
too.
like,
Fuck that.
yeah, like it was like, why be in there anymore? So like, it's like I go out and like I call my people, I call my parents, I call my girl, I call my sister. I'm like, I'm fine, I'm safe. I almost just got killed. Like there was like a shooting at a wing stop. I went, or it's a wing spot. It's not a wing stop. It's a place called the Brooklyn Wing Spot. But yeah, so I see, like I did that, and just like that really just like I could have just gone that day. And it was just it was just a lot. It just kind of shook me. I went back to Manhattan on my way home and got noodles. I got a very specific box of noodles that's kind of become like comfort food for me, and it was
like
just,
some yakisoba shit.
yeah, it was soba noodles, I think. Oh shit, it was some like thick rice noodles with coconut curry sauce, bok choy, bacon, garlic, and peanuts. It's like that's like one of the most comforting meals in the world to me, because that's the first thing I ate after I survived almost getting shot in the face.
Like,
Like
you always gonna respect that shit. That shit gonna
like,
like you ain't gonna never die. I'm gonna have to eat some of this
right,
coconut.
right. So but yeah, like I bring that up just because like like it's like it's dangerous out here. Like you could just go for any reason, like you could just be in the wrong place at the wrong time ordering what did I get? I got a blue velvet waffle and like 3 wings. And I was literally about to pay for, like, I was handing my card to the woman to pay for my food. And then all that shit happened.
Bread, bro. They like, no, I'm not spending your money here. That shit's probably gonna be nasty.
Yeah. I haven't been back since, and I want to go just because.
Nigga, why would you go? Don't go. You better get that shit delivered.
I mean, I gotta be somewhere that I could get it delivered. Like Crown Heights is like out of the way. Like that's the cut for real. Like that's you gotta have a reason to be in Crown Heights to be in Crown Heights. Like
I don't go to Crown Heights that often.
Yeah. Me either. But I bring that up just because, yeah, it's just like it's just rough out here. Anything could happen. and every day is a gift, or whatever the fuck they say, you know.
It is though, nigga. We could have easily not woke up.
Right. Damn. Yeah,
Crazy.
just like I only have like two more formal questions for you, and one is you know, like since Frank came out, and since just like all the shit that's been going on since then, just like all the music you've dropped, all the shows you've played, the traveling you've done, the packages that have been lost, and all the and you know, like all that bullshit that happened. Where was that, in France? Where the bullshit happened? We don't have to dwell on it if you don't want to, but I don't.
I'm
But
cool.
like,
I'm cool with dwelling on it because that was a wild ass situation. I would have thought it would have happened. But it was basically some guy wanted to open. Well, I ain't gonna say it was some guy wanted to open because that could be the opposite way. But the promoter that offered us a show, I guess, like they were suggesting that a guy open the event for ticket purposes. You know what I mean? Like having a local person pull up so we can ensure some local heads or whatever the fuck. So I'm like,
right.
cool. You know what I mean? Like they've done that on other shows. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But the person they sent me was trash.
Yeah.
The person they sent was trash. And I did not want that person on the show for that very reason. It wasn't about what he looked like, it wasn't about nothing. It was about the fucking music. So I'm like, this shit is trash. So I told my agent at the time, like, I don't really want to have that person open up because I don't think it really makes sense coming before my shit. I'm like, at least make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like musically or like sonically, it's got to make some kind of sense. The niggas suck. So she goes back and tells them whatever she tells them. She comes back to me and say, the promoter is pressing us. He wants this person on the show. And I say, fuck the promoter. We are not putting him on the show because at that point, you're telling me what to do. So I'm like, fuck that. We're not doing that. I don't want him on the show. So she goes back, have whatever conversation they have. By this point, I am in London on my Frank UK tour, whatever the fuck. I'm in London. I wake up. I see a screenshot of an email saying that I didn't want anybody that wasn't of nigga descent, basically, opening up for me, which wasn't true, but I stood on it because I'm like, I feel that it would be nice to only have black people opening up for me, but it's not necessarily what I said. I wasn't in agreement to the music, and I'm like, I don't think that it makes sense for him to be on this joint, and then it turned into that. But the promoter that leaked the email basically started a fucking wildfire with the French media because like 3 or 4 different media outlets, and from my knowledge, I was told that it was one of the biggest fucking French media outlets fucking reported on that shit like I fucking killed a baby or something. Like it was crazy. Like, and then like it went into like my YouTube account, my Facebook account, motherfuckers is calling me racist in comments and shit. So like it was like a big ass hellfire. People got fired because of that shit.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure they did. But yeah, I just you know, just like between all of that, you know, like all of this happens, and you know, like your profile is just like expanded. You know, like you're at the point now where you have people in the 0.0001% of your fan base spending 3,000 minutes listening to you. You know, like looking back on, you know, like especially considering everything you said about how Frank came together and how just kind of, you know, like it could have gone a different way, but it went this way. You know, like how does it feel to be here now? Like as someone with like you had a base, but like it's expanding now between your solo shit and Fly Seafoods and everything happening with Mutant Academy and the Madlib shit. You know, like you're at a point now where like people know who you are. You just played Adult Swim Fest. Like that's crazy to me. You know, like congratulations on that too. I wish I could have been there. But
Thank you.
Just like how does it feel to be here now, especially considering that, you know, you're kind of reserved and kind of keep to yourself? You've kind of talked about it already, but like,
Yeah.
but
But
just like what, yeah, like how does it feel being in that position?
uh I could say it feels confirming because like I said, I've been watching fucking music videos since I was a child and listening to rap music and just fucking trying to rap since I was like 9. So like I could say like in the slightest, um I don't know, I feel like a brand new artist, like in a good way and a bad way. Because when I started touring, I realized that if you don't have a ticket history in a certain location, it don't really matter if you coming or not. They're not trying to pay you as much as you want. So like
Right.
you kind of either gotta like go viral or fucking be my common. You know what I mean? And just not do anything until motherfuckers just begging you to do it. You feel me? So like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I could say like it feels like this was supposed to happen. Like I was supposed to be like an artist. I was supposed to be in a position where my music is competing with the best of the best. Like it's supposed to be that way. So like I'm not surprised. Like I like in so many ways I feel like this shit is too it's like it's I feel like it's too late. Like not even too late, but like I feel like this shit is overdue to the point where like whatever. It's like finally, you know what I mean? You doing the right thing now. Like you finally posting and doing what you're supposed to do, promoting it and like whatever the fuck is ending up places. Like, but I'm like, that's supposed to happen. I'm not surprised by that shit. It's like I'm more so surprised by the fact that I'm still alive and I'm not fucking mentally like fuck, you know what I mean? Like I still got my head on my shoulders. So like
Yeah.
if anything, like that's the shit that really like I don't know, like that's the confirming shit for me. It's like I'm still me. Like my friends respect me and they fucking they listen to what I say, you know what I mean? Because I lead by example. You know what I mean? It's like it whatever all this shit right now that's happening, I said it was gonna happen like 5, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And then, as a kid, I was grooming myself to be this person, like whether I knew it or not. You know what I mean? Like to the smoking early at 11 years old, to fucking wanting to rap when I was 9, to fucking acting like my big brother. Like it was all a process. You know what I mean? Of me creating, but not creating, but like becoming the person that I want to be, and also staying true to who I already am. You feel
Yeah.
me? So like I'm in a place where I feel like is I feel good about where I'm at. You know what I mean? Because I can still talk to people like a fucking like a regular person. Like I can still go to the store. Like I can do everything I want to do, depending on what city I'm in. Because sometimes it can get a little weird. Like sometimes in LA, it's like I can get noticed and not really want. You know what I mean? Like it's like unwarranted certain like situations. But like I don't know. I appreciate the peace that I have right now, but I also am not content because I know what the fuck I can do.
Yeah.
So like I
Yeah.
said, I don't think I've reached my ceiling. Um I'm I'm still doing this shit, bro. Like and I got time. Like I'm not 30 yet. I plan on doing this shit until I don't feel like doing it no more. I already have a million fucking projects. I'm in the 40s right now. So like I'm sure I'll be at like 100 something. I don't know, bro. I'm just doing shit. I'm just doing shit because this is what I do. Like and I be in here kicking my ass when I don't make stuff. So like yeah, I'm just trying to stay off of my own ass. I discipline myself. If I don't do enough shit, I'm the one that tells myself I need to tighten up.
Right.
You feel me?
I need to
Yeah. I
tighten
don't know.
up.
I'm just in a cycle. Yeah. Literally. Like I'm in a cycle where I'm just constantly saying, like, I'm not done. I need to do this. I'm not enough. You know what I mean? So I'm just constantly leveling the shit up or trying to figure out another way to do what I like to do,
Yeah.
but keep it fresh. You feel me?
Yeah. And you're doing that, like it's yeah, especially since you started really like jumping back into the producer bag. It's been cool to see you kind of expand, and like I already know this isn't the end for you. Like it's gonna move and it's gonna shake. And there's just like,
Mhm.
I'm just excited to see all of y'all move, just like everything that you've done has been fire, obviously, but like, like Kahuna and Gray Matter have been going crazy. Fucking Monday
I'm
Night's
very
been
proud
going
of.
crazy. Den's
I'm
been
so
going crazy.
I'm so proud of them, bro. Like Zen hit me up the other day. He was like, I think he was at Evidence crib, and he was like, bro, I'm out here making plays. I feel like you. And I was like, nigga, like shut up. I mean, like, cause we didn't like we've had all the conversations, bro, like between like Mutant Academy, like fucking Uncle John and Theravada and Silk and fucking Seafood and
Yeah.
fucking like y'all know my friends, bro. It's like all these people, like I actually talk to them and we have fucking like actual goals, but like when we link up, we just effortlessly make music. Like just like Chuck Strangers, like it's so many of us like that we just kind of just have a certain understanding. And like we don't have to try to make music. We just link up and do that shit, you know? So like you just keep racking them shits up. You end up having a project with this person, and then people love it, and then you end up places. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing. But like right now, it's like I feel like me leading by example opened a lot of doors for my friends. Like, cause I'm like showing niggas like I'm just like you, but I can do this shit, and you can also do that shit. All you gotta do is do that shit. It's like we be pissed off, like you know what I mean. It'd be like times when niggas is fucked up. You know what I mean? It'd be times when niggas can't get creative. It'd be times when shit just not working out for us. You know what I mean? Like so, niggas be in some dark ass places sometimes. So like them little glimpses of happiness. You know what I mean? Like right now, my niggas in is happy. Like he just moved to LA. It's like everybody doing something like for their future. You feel me? It's like
Yeah.
so I can honestly I can't be more like happy. I feel like I did my job, bro. You feel me? Like I just want niggas to know that they can do this shit too, and we can all be somebody, bro.
Right. Just like that's the most important part, just like making it easy for the people you love, or at least like helping in a way that makes it like, that makes it easy. Like,
Literally.
like I get that. I try to help everybody however I can, like within my close circle, whether it's whether it's like people making music or people writing. It's just, you just got to pay it forward. Like you don't want to be that one person on an island at 40 years old because you don't know how to act right and you don't know how to like treat people, because like it's so easy to wind up being 40 on an island by yourself, and you don't.
How's it easy
Not
to
to
end
say,
up on an island by yourself though? That's not I'm fucking with you.
I just I just mean in terms of like burning bridges and shit that you don't
Yeah,
need to that they don't
yeah,
need to be burned. Like
yeah.
obviously you don't got to be everybody's friend, and like having morals and conviction and knowing who to fuck with and who not to fuck with, like that's as important as making connections. But like it could just be very easy to be that one person who's just like, oh, I don't need any of this shit. Like all I got is me. Like that's no,
No.
that's just not sustainable. But
I know that for a fact. I got a team of people, and all the motherfuckers play a real pivotal position, real pivotal role in this whole shit. Like we all play a role. It's like it's a group effort.
right. Yeah, same. Well, I mean, minus this, like this is all me. Like
Yeah.
Real Notes is literally just me for now. But like everything else I do, like I got if not a team, a support. Well, I have a team and a support system. Like like whether I'm working at Pitchfork or Audio Mac or wherever, like like I'm a part of several communities of musicians and writers and all this shit, and I'm just happy to be here to help however I can.
Yeah.
Like like I'm living my dream, and you should be able to live yours too. Like
Exactly. Because
that's the
that's
important
literally
part.
all it take. That's all it be taking for a motherfucker is like to just turn your whole shit around. It's like
Yeah,
sometimes you want to kill yourself, sometimes you don't, and it'll help the motherfucker like to further that one to live. When you give yourself a purpose to live. It's like
yeah,
you got something to do tomorrow. It's like it's that's one thing about life. It's like if you don't have nothing to do, that shit could get scary. Like especially like holiday time. Like Like when I was younger, like my mom passed and shit, like my holiday time always got fucked up. Like I never enjoyed the holiday season, mainly because it didn't feel the same no more. But like
Right.
I don't know. I can't even remember where I was going with that. But like shit be changing, bro. Shit be changing and it should get real taxing on niggas mental. But you need something to keep you occupied at this bitch. You have to stay occupied because if you don't, shit get bad. I've been playing hella Call of Duty. If I can't think of some music shit, I'm not even gonna stress that shit. I'm gonna just stay occupied. Cause if I sit idle, I'm gonna just beat myself up.
Yeah, I'm the same way, bro. Like, like I'm on I play a lot of Call of Duty, a lot of Overwatch. I play a lot of Fall Guys. And I've been playing I just picked up God of War from 2018. I'm trying to beat that finally. But like if I can, but yeah, like if I get it, if I hit a brick wall, I just throw on music and just play a game. It helps so much. Like really like like that idle hand shit is very real. Like
I ain't gonna hold you. I learned that with the Skinemaxxx sessions. Like when we was recording Skinemaxxx, like it was when we did everything in LA, and it was in like my homie Trev's studio, and he got an Xbox in that bitch. Like we don't do nothing but play the game if we can't come up with something. Like for real, like the way we operate, it's like real like family operate like oriented and shit. Like we link up, smoke, eat, start working or try to work. If we can't get nothing done, play the game, kick it, and just talk all day. You know what I mean? Like set the standard. Like well, not set the standard, but set the energy for the next day. And then that next day you go stupid. You feel me? It was like, I don't know. It's like I'm big on energy, bro. With the game, like video games have been like my safe place for a long time. Like I remember like a couple years ago, I had to go and get another PlayStation 2 and get all the games that I used to love because I needed to fucking find my happy place again. It's like I play SSX a lot, like the old SSX and shit. Like
Tricky
I
or
was
the
just
very first one?
Tricky. Like
Yeah.
I used to play I got Tricky and the first one, and I got the fucking, which one is it? I got the third one on the Xbox, and I got fucking the reboot. You remember the reboot one? I
I
got that
wasn't
one.
huge on it, but I remember it. Yeah, that's the one where you can
That
like
shit
snowboard
hard.
and ski and shit, right?
Yeah, that shit hard, bro. It's like it's actually cool as hell as far as like the visual shit. It's like it's a good ass game. But like, yeah, like I have a place where I go to maintain my inner child. And that's where I make my music from for real. Cause I'm still talking from a perspective of like I reflect a lot in my music. Like a
Yeah,
lot of my music just be me talking about my childhood or something that I saw or something that happened to me type shit. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, that just shapes people.
yeah. That's why I connected a love story so much when I heard it. Like I like that's a song that I still listen to and I still hear new things. Just like even you saying something just like and now that I said that I lost everything. But like
That's what
I'm
you do.
mad. I'm mad. Just like I'm gonna just pick out a few things. Just like the pallbearer line always gets me. The fact that like like you I realized that you were talking specifically about Britney like right near the beginning because you say her name and talking about taking trips to see her through COVID because I did that when like I did that with my lady like I get how that goes
Hey, I
like
felt
that
so
like that
alone
shit
at the time. I felt so alone with that shit. I thought it was just me and her doing that shit. We was getting on
bro
planes with each other, bro. Like
son.
that shit was scary, son.
It's literally like yo, like I literally took like I took a lift. I took multiple lifts from Jersey to Long Island because I wasn't trying to take a train. Like I did that. Like I get that,
Nah,
and
nigga.
just like just like when the I don't even know. I'm gonna remember like 18 things you said on that song, but like there's just like it like that song is so real to me, and it just like the Foisey beat because Foisey produced that, right? Or not? Okay,
That song is the reason why we made Skinemaxxx. I was like, nigga,
like
what the fuck? We might as well make 1,000,000 of these.
come on, son. Like it's ridiculous, like I just I lived in that like it was one of my most played songs of the year. I lived in that motherfucker. Like I love that song.
Yo,
But
hey, thank you,
yeah,
bro. That's hard, man. That's
yeah,
fucking cool as hell. Cause I remember
yeah, nah,
when I made that shit, I had it on loop for a long ass time. And like I'm very unbiased, bro. I try to be as unbiased as possible, bro. I'm my worst enemy. So I'm like, when I listen to certain songs for myself, it's like some of them I like still, but some of them I love still. You know what I mean? And that was one of them songs that I love. You know what I mean? It's like when it was the fact that it was the last song. It was like that could have been the start of the next project, but I'm like, nah, fuck that. I need that for this. Like, but like when I don't know, man. Everything goes back to that album really because me and Foisey's connection with music, it goes back to like 2014, 2015. You know what I mean? Like he was on like some of my earliest stuff, but like when Foisey got into Mutant Academy, it was completely like I hate to be this person, but I'm taking credit for putting Foisey in Mutant Academy because when it came time to add more people in the group, it was me, Henny Low, Concept Jackson, best friend, and fucking at that point, niggas was like, yo, I want to add my homie. Niggas was like, I want to add my homie too. And I'm like, shit, I want to add my nigga too. So I brought Foisey, Henny brought Sid, and fucking Concept brought Unlucky Bastards.
Right.
And then like fucking from there, I believe E hit me up. Like I told E that Foisey, we just put Foisey in Mutant Academy. Nigga was like, yo, what about I used to not put me in the group? I was on y'all first album. But like, you know what I mean? Like that shit is just like it built up on some real like genuine shit. But me and Foisey, bro, like I remember the first song we made. Actually, I don't remember the first song we made. What was the first song I made with this nigga? It might have been I think it was a song called Part 2. It's on Elsewhere Ave. But yeah, I did a song with him called Part 2. No, what the fuck? It's not Part 2. I'm tripping. That's Part 3. A song called Part 3, and it's attached to Forever Yours. And that was the first time I was ever able to write a song about my mom. And like before then, like every song that I was able any song or idea that I had like to make a song like a tribute song for my mom, it sounded corny to me. So it worked with Foisey. So I was like, damn, this nigga pulled a really like a hella emotional song out of me. Like I remember when I did that shit, like that's when I was like just me and Maxo and shit. Like Maxo was probably making his first songs and shit at that time. He was like, yo, this shit hard. Like niggas on when I dropped that shit, the timeline, like people on my timeline was like saying, like, yo, I can feel this shit. I'm about to cry. Like niggas was emotional as fuck when I dropped that song. I never seen that shit happen like that. But like every time me and Foisey made a song, like I'll put them on like the EPs and shit, like it'll be sprinkled in, just be like one or two Foisey joints. Those would be the ones that people love the most, bro. And I'll be like, damn, what is it about the Foisey shit? You know what I mean? Like I always was like, it's something about this nigga beats that just sound like softcore porn to me. And like that's where the Skinemaxxx shit came from. It's like all these beats sounded like porno music to me. And I'm like, where are all these saxophones and shit, all these moaning and shit happening? I'm like, this just sounds like Skinemaxxx, you know what I mean? Like, so that's been like a ongoing joke for me. Like between me and Foisey and shit, like nigga, you make porn beats, you know what I mean? Like sex music, like this shit weird. So like I had to coin the phrase. Like I'm taking that. This is what that music sounds like, and now it's about to be an era. Like
that's crazy. That's wow. I love that because like that's like they're like real like tender and sensual and all that shit. Definitely like Love Song is
tender is the best way to explain that nigga beats. Foisey make tender beats. That's fucking funny. Yeah, that's it.
And that's funny because like you look at Love Song, but then you look at the interlude he did for Fly Seafoods, the one that Silk rapped on, and just like, you know, like it's almost like that's like the same dude. Like it's because like that's not tender. Like that's like that sounds like an anxiety attack. Like maybe it's like that sounds like that sounds like the monster is like 3 inches away from touching your shoulder type shit. Like like that's just scary to me almost, but I like it. It's good.
Man, Foisey, he wears so many hats, bro. That I ain't like, bro. He showed a lot of he showed a lot of sides on this album. Like he definitely showed his ass on this album. I can't wait till people hear it. Like I know you probably heard the first half of that motherfucker, huh? If you have heard any of it, okay, cool.
No, I haven't heard any of it.
I was trying to hold off until I get that second half mixed and mastered and shit before I send it to people because I wanted to make sense when they, you know what I mean? But like, I got it's a side A, side B thing. dropping it like in pieces. Well, not really in pieces, but just cutting it in half. And fucking yeah, that I fuck with this album hard. Like it's just it's a fun album. Like it feel fun. Like I said something about this shit on Twitter, but it was like I was in a real low point when I made that album. Like me, I don't even know. We talked about it, but like me and my girl was going through a lot of shit when I made that album. Like I had went to fucking LA like for a month, and I was trying to remember if you spoke about the hotel thing at one point. You did. So I could talk about it. It don't even feel weird. But we was hotel hopping, bro, because niggas did not want to stay in her house no more. And to fucking maximize on comfort and to try to fucking get our heads situated so we could move, we was just hotel hopping for like the whole month type shit. So like it got to the point where I was like, all right, she was about to go on tour, and I was not about to stay in Chattanooga and be in a hotel by myself. So I'm like, nigga, I'm about to go to LA and fucking work on some music with this nigga Foisey. Boom. Skinemaxxx happened in like 2 weeks. Damn. And then, like, the reason why I know it's special is because the last time I made an album on some shit like that, it was Backyard Boogie. And people love that fucking album. I was at my lowest when I made that shit. I was so sad, but it came out fun. Like, the music always sounds fun when I'm at my saddest.
Damn, that and that's a crazy contrast because I already told you this, but Weed Man was the first song of yours I ever heard, and like that's still one of my favorites. And like that's like like it sounds fun, but that's a sad song, you know, like you're sad on that song, you know, like
literally like depressed as fuck, but like this is just it's a upbeat beat. Like the beat changed the mood. Like I know how to control mood because I know good beats. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be weird, but I know how to pick a good beat. And if I know, I don't never know what I'm gonna say when I first hear a song. Like when I hear a beat, I'll never know what I'm gonna say. But whenever it comes to me, I just say it, and then it just be, you know what I mean? I either like it or I don't like it. You feel me? But it's usually that beat gonna set the tone. But most of the time, I like to flip it. I'm like, I could do some dark shit on something light, or do something light on some dark shit. I like peanut butter and jelly. You got to be opposite with the shit. You feel me? Like I like confuse it a little bit, like just a little bit, so it can be interesting. You know. So like that's why you get shit like wax poetic. Like that shit sound like an R&B nigga dancing in the rain or something. But I'm like, I want to rap on this. You feel me? It's like because it's just I like juxtaposition. Like it's cool to put. It's just I like fucking with things. You know. I always was the little nigga that took shit apart and put it back together.
Right. And that's like, you know, like there's so much of that on Frank, like between Wax Poetic and even I mean even something like the song with you and Kahuna that I'm already forgetting the title of, even though I was just listening to it before we hopped on here. You know, like right, telepathic, right. So, you know, like and then you take it back to Weed Man, you know, like the hook is literally you saying like wish I ain't need weed, still gotta call the Weed Man, but like that Obliv beat to me, that sounds like a medium well burger. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it sounds like a medium well burger, because that's like barbecue music. Like that's like it's like 3:30 in the afternoon in mid-July. The fucking sun is blaring. Like y'all are ready to go get food, and that's like a medium well burger with a slice of like pepper jack cheese on it with like barbecue sauce.
Like, barbecue sauce on a burger? I don't think I've ever tried that.
Barbecue sauce on a burger goes, and it doesn't have to be a pork burger either. Like that shit goes. It's I almost like it more than I like ketchup on a burger, honestly. But like
I can understand that because it's something about barbecue. My nigga, tell me if we on the same page. But Wendy's barbecue sauce.
What about it?
Do you respect it?
I fuck with it. It's good.
It's somebody that I like more than all barbecue sauces.
And you know why? Because it goes great with the fries.
But it go good with the nuggets too. But it also goes good with the burger. I have dipped that shit in the burger before, like the burger in that. You know what I mean? I have tried it, but I just never put it on top of that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
It's like you go get you like a barbecue bacon burger from like an Applebee's, or not. It doesn't have to be Applebee's, but like there are a lot of places that'll sell like like they'll sell like a barbecue bacon burger with like some like sharp cheddar and like onions on it. Like that's like I feel like that's a staple at like every like sit down restaurant that serves a burger, you know, like it goes. it go, but nah. I agree. I love Wendy's barbecue sauce. I like Wendy's more than I like most fast food places these days. Also, and I think it's because I didn't grow up eating Wendy's because I didn't have one near me, right? Like I had a McDonald's, I had a Burger King, I had a Popeyes. Like I knew all that stuff, and I love Popeyes still, but like Wendy's was one that I didn't go to super often because it wasn't near me. Same with Taco Bell, same with Pizza Hut. Like I didn't have any of that shit near me, so I didn't go all the time. But when I did, I was like, oh, I've been missing out. And like Wendy's has kind of just been like the like I saw the menu, this crazy fucking movie that everyone should go see.
It's called
With
The Menu.
yes, yeah, it's called The Menu. It's about this chef who it's about this chef who has this like, you ever watch Cutthroat Kitchen before?
Yeah.
So like imagine it's like Cutthroat Kitchen, but like they're gonna kill you at the end. That's basically what the menu is. It's a
That's so hard.
go see it. It's also like a satire about like the nature of what it means to be an art. It like it goes that deep, but it's also just like a funny ass movie about a chef who wants to kill people. It's great. I loved it. But there's a bit at the end of that movie where somebody asks him to make him, you know, like he's making all this fancy ass food, like deconstructed, like he literally serves somebody like he serves somebody it's like a it's like he serves somebody dips that are supposed to come with chicken, but it doesn't come with chicken, and it's just the dips because it's supposed to be some. It's that type of like he's that type of chef, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna serve you the dip without the. It's that type of shit. But at the end of the movie, somebody's like, no, I want you to make me a good old fashioned cheeseburger. I want that shit to be bleeding. I want American cheese on it. I want it on a poppy seed bun with French fries and ketchup. Like, make me something regular, my nigga. Like, make me something regular. And he's like, okay. And then he makes it, and she's like, that right there is a fucking cheeseburger. And like, I saw that movie, and the first thing I did as soon as I left, I want to go to Wendy's. I want a Baconator. I got a Baconator. I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it.
I think I had a long run with all fast food places for real. But the longest run I had was fucking Subway. I wilded out with Subway. So I can't really fuck with Subway like I used to. But
Yeah,
I
me
still
either.
fuck with Wendy's. I do McDonald's if it's in London. But I fuck with Popeyes. I ain't really fuck with Popeyes as a kid. I ain't eat Popeyes for the first time until high school.
Yeah, I think it might have been middle school for me because there was a spot in I used to live near this like it was an old train station, and they just like hollowed it out and put a whole bunch of stores in there. And one of them was a Burger King. It was a Burger King for years, and then out of nowhere it was a Popeyes. And that was and like that must have been in like maybe in middle school, and that was the first time I'd ever had Popeyes, and I was like I was obsessed. Like I've been there since then, you know. But
Yeah,
I
I
get
fuck
it.
with Popeyes though. That's a good. That's
Yeah,
a good. That's a good recipe.
chicken
Whatever they put in there.
chicken sandwich still goes crazy too. Like it wasn't all just hype. It's still a good ass chicken sandwich.
Sometimes, dog, they be missing every once in a while.
Oh damn.
It's
I haven't
some.
had
It's
one in a while.
somebody.
So
It's something about it. Sometimes it really just be like they just didn't give a fuck. But sometimes they make that shit with love.
and you can
Shit,
tell when somebody makes, especially fast food, like fast
yeah.
food. If fast food was thrown together in 5 minutes, you know it was you know it's not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes. You know, like they just like take the shit and, like, you know, like just you could tell, you could tell.
Yeah, everything tastes like tomato.
Every I'm never gonna live that down. That's crazy. Yo, I could. This conversation could go on for hours, but I know you got shit to do. I got shit to do.
I'm trying to eat this chicken.
What happened?
I'm trying to eat this chicken.
I feel you.
Hold on, I gotta show you. I
Yeah, let
don't
me
know
see.
how to turn it around. Oh,
Woo, crazy. Where'd that come from?
wakchi.
Crazy. Yeah, Chinese chicken wings go crazy.
Every time, every fucking time. We've been trying to figure out their recipe. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah. I might. Oh man, I might gotta order some. That might be lunch today. But before I let you go, last question, Frank, Fly Anakin. If your life was a movie, what would it be about? This is the way I end the show now. If you didn't know.
All right. If my life was a movie, what would it be about? It'd be about being too afraid to backflip.
Cool. You're too afraid to backflip.
In recent memories, I'm scared to do backflips, bro. I ain't got no insurance. I was on the trampoline. We went to fucking, I can't remember where we was at. We went to trampoline park, and nigga, I couldn't commit to the backflip. I was like, what if I bust my shit open? I gotta go to the hospital and I gotta pay full price. But that's it. Scared to do backflips. I'm not doing my own stunts.
So you still haven't done a backflip?
I ain't did a backflip since I was a kid, gang.
Damn. Shit. I can't remember the last time I did a backflip, but it wasn't recently. It's like at the earliest, it must have been like 5-6 years ago. But like, but you know, like, what? No.
Oh no! All I know is it's certain things that I used to do when I was a kid that I wouldn't dare do right now, cause I feel like an old nigga sometimes. So I'm just sitting my ass down a lot more. I'm about to go back to the gym though.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm sitting my ass down.
I feel you. I'm trying to be on that too. At the very least, I just want to like start stretching every morning. I saw some.
Bro, I be forgetting.
Yeah.
I be forgetting to stretch.
Me too, bro. I do it all the time. Like I try to remember to stretch, but I just get too comfortable, and then I'm like, I gotta do work. So I just get I get distracted. But we gotta take care of our bodies. We're gonna be here for a while. So yeah.
We gotta stay active, bro. I'm about to get on my positive, super active, drinking protein, fucking burpees, all types of shit.
Not burpees. Not burpees.
I'm about to get on my shit because I did that before, but I got off my shit. I was very inconsistent after a while, and now I need to break that. Really, I think the pandemic kind of fucked me because I was good before then, and then once that shit happened, I got used to being lazy.
Right.
Well, not even lazy, but just staying home.
Yeah, you know that shit ruined a lot of shit for everybody. Like especially when it came to the gym, you know, like it's tough. But like burpees, what is this, middle school gym class? Like,
man, gotta do it sometimes. It's a full body workout. Totally right. Why don't you want to work out your whole body? You want to do just legs?
I mean, yeah. Some people don't even do leg day, so I get it. But yeah, no. You're right. You're right.
I don't know. It's like sometimes you gotta focus on legs, sometimes you gotta focus on chest, sometimes focus on the top area, and then sometimes you do the full body. That's how you're supposed to mix it up through the week. See, I got some knowledge on it. I did this shit before, but now I'm just chubby again. I just gotta fix myself.
Yeah, same here, bro. I used to do like strength training, and like that was like I used to have like a system, and then I just got busy and shit happens, and you know, like even just like doing like push-ups are also like a full body workout. But yeah, like it's but yeah, like you're right. Burpees are I guess I'm still just traumatized from the first time I had to do those. I did like 30, and that shit was just like, you know, like, but by the time you hit 16, it's just like
that's how I feel about suicide.
Suicides are even worse. Like suicides are even worse. Damn, what a time.
Must be nice, right? You ain't gotta go through that shit no more.
Right, bro. Yeah, nah. We're not running basketball drills anymore. It's not that time.
Nah, I'm not even playing celebrity games when I get big. I'm not doing none of that shit.
Yeah. No, you gotta be on your paper boy, bro. You gotta go beat up Black Justin Bieber on the court.
I'll be referee.
Okay.
Oh no, I'll be coach. I'm a good coach.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can also see you reffing on. I can see you reffing on some like Babito Garcia and NBA Street type shit. I can see that happening.
Yeah, exactly that. So it's either one or the other. Nah, I mean, I'm either gonna be telling niggas what to do, or I'm gonna be telling niggas what the hell going on. Either way, I'm gonna be telling niggas something. I'm gonna be talking. I ain't gonna be running.
Right. You be running your mouth more than anything. That's great, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
That's exercise. Fuck it.
I'm gonna get paid to run my mouth for that event, and I'm gonna just be there in front row laughing at them niggas because every time they miss, brick.
Every time, bro. Damn. Yo,
Yeah.
Frank, thank you so much, son. This was I don't even know what to say. Like, this was great. Like, I knew it was gonna be great, but
I'm the best interviewee, my nigga. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Nah, but for real, I respect you a lot as a person, so it's easier to do shit like this. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I fuck with you, my nigga. I appreciate you for having me on the show again, bro. I'm the first returning guest, but for real, it's really like my first time. I never did it alone.
Right, yeah.
So as an individual, this never happened.
Right. But either way, you know, like I just appreciate you wanting to come back, because it wasn't like me hunting you down. Like you were like, yo, I want to come do this again, and that means a lot. So thank you. You know,
no doubt, bro. Thanks for having me, bro.
Nah, bro, I respect you too. It's been great building and all this shit. And I can't wait to see where we both go. Thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far. And shout out to all the Black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.